Good evening, one and all. It's Sunday, it's the end of the week, and that of course means it's time once again to jump into some more good old Warframe. Welcome in everybody, how are we all doing today? I hope you're doing well where you are around the world. Finally, we can talk about Eurelia in a little bit of a more positive light. I no longer need to hide away or just not bring attention to the fact that I have a double Eurelia build now. I'm surprised no one noticed sooner, or at least no one commented on it sooner. She's been doubled up in the arsenal for a hot minute now. But now I can finally talk about the guide and the silliness of the Eurelia video that went out live yesterday. If you did miss that one, what are you doing? Seriously, get your notifications turned on. There we are. Obviously I had to build a second one because the first one has triple umbral former, which is not a good idea. Don't do that. Just don't do that. In any case, welcome everybody. Hope you're doing well today. Void Juice, yeah. I was struggling a little bit, not gonna lie. I was struggling with some of the words to try and figure out exactly what can convey what needs to be said, but you know, Void Juice covers it. Void Juice covers it. I'll take it. Good enough. As obviously you did mention wanting to get a second one because Triumbral. Yeah, I did mention about it. It's just no one went, oh, Ken's got a second Eurelia. Is something on the horizon? What's he up to? Blah, 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 blah. None of that happened. Even when she was in the foundry for like nearly 3 weeks. Just not there. Am I sure I haven't done the Carl mission this week? I am sure. I double checked just before the stream went up. Absolutely yes. You like how I said 20 at one point? Well, I didn't say 20. That's the thing, isn't it? 2 lots of 10. 2 lots of 10. You getting Railjet stuff following my guides? Good idea. Those Railjet guides are still basically up to date. The only thing missing really is that you can get Elite Crew. And the answer to that is Elite Crew are better. There we are. That's the entire guide. They're better. Alrighty, as mentioned on the message over on Discord, I do intend to cover the Carl mission today. I've said it the last few weeks on Sundays. Today we're actually going to do it because I've made sure it is definitely there to do. So yes, we'll be good to go on that. Sasa Blitz, you put the exclamation mark on the wrong end of the word there, my dude. You're going to have to try that one again. The commands only work with the exclamation mark at the start. Alright, all that aside though, chat. Before we get into anything like a Carl mission or Zariman or anything else like that, we do need to go and do the daily sortie. And it looks like we've already got a couple of volunteers for exactly that. Let me just switch this over to invite only. Let's bring in a Zom. My joy for sortie. Maybe we can see if anyone can figure it out. This is a challenge stream. This is a challenge stream. Zom? Am I missing something, or did you miss the previous stream? Also, with the fan, come on in. Zom, I'm pretty sure you missed a stream then. No, or just forgot a stream. Am I an actual engineer? I'm not an engineer, I'm a engineer. I know they look similar, but they're not the same thing. I'm a engineer. Oh, that last bit was the chat? Right, yeah. Nope, still not following Zom, because it's not. Chock! I'm assuming that hello is a hello, would you invite me please? So there we are, come on in. Yeah, come on in. Back Hudson King, you've already got yourself a ticket, you're all good. You just get the one. Yeah, just get the one. Alright, today we have got a hijack with secondary only. A hijack on that tile? Alright. We have got a spy radiation hazard and then an interception with enemy physical enhancement. This should be all plenty doable. So let's get going on that, shall we? We'll start off with the hijack, of course, right at the beginning there. Secondary only. You know what? Cheese. Just cheese. Hilduin. I would switch to the Prime. I haven't finished forming it up and all that lot, so I'm just going to go with normal bog standard Hildren for this role. Does it say, again, video yesterday was painful and hilarious. Well done, hope you're well. Thank you very much, I do appreciate it. It was certainly a thing to put together. I've been holding on to that idea since the end of last year. Seriously. I've been holding on to it. Cost the same, by the way, thank you for making me aware of it, Block Vision, it's pretty swell. I'm glad you got yourself a lovely station to hang out at. Don't try the burgers, yeah. Oh, you said the burgers take less to me. Well, never mind then. I would recommend against it. What's my glyph code? Exclamation mark glyph in the chat. We'll get you the answer on that one. Alright, we're just waiting on Chokia to settle on what build they want to bring, and then we'll get going. Zom appears to be bringing a decaying dragon key to a hijack. Interesting. Very interesting.
Excellent work, Tenno. This
Me
will
go to
help
the
our
rear
cause.
of you for 9 new reruns. New first place.
Oh my, it appears that those two decided to slightly overlap there. Pendragon, thank you very much for resubscribing onto 9 months now. Pendragon saying, me go to the rear of you for 9 moon reruns. I mean...
There is a sanctuary target here, Hunter.
Ouch! In terms of the phrasing there, but Pendragon, thank you very much for resubscribing onto 9 months. I appreciate it, my dude. And Adam Malik with the 100 bits, new month, new first place. Absolutely, yep. You were first place on the bits last month, you first place on the bits this month. Thank you very, very much there. Appreciate it. Shields are for other people. When it comes to a hijack, shields are how we make the mission happen. But yeah, let's just ignore that nullifier, because I'm children. What's a nullifier? Wait for you to load. You should load in fine. You'll be fine. The mission's not going to end that quickly. And if it does end that quickly, your system has a little bit more than an issue. Just a little bit more. Am I an actual engineer? As mentioned earlier, I am a engineer, not an engineer. They are two separate things. Hildren will carry it? Yeah, Hildren's going to carry this. I know. I could just sit here and it'll all be fine. I am just a battery and a turret all in one. Ow. None of us needed that. Thank you, Bursa. Absolutely no one on the stream needed that. No solve practical problems? That I do. That I most certainly do. Such as the practical problem of some people struggle with big words, so I solve that. Hijack's the only mission you use shield pads on? Yikes. Shield pads? Yikes. Did that drone honestly die on the way to me and just drop the oxygen on me? That was neat. Cheers, Brother Queen. Appreciate it. Chuck saying, brought my level 8, just pulled out of the oven kit gun. Oh, you'll get levels on it then. It'll be fine. I mean, we're killing along the way here. You'll just farm off us. It's okay. You got a kill. You know, that's all you need. You got a kill. No shield pads in this game? There are, yes. You can get energy restores, ammo restores, health restores, and shield restores. It's just that most people don't care about the shield restores. Most people just really don't care about them. For good reason. Also, I just noticed that this is still set to gas. Whoops. I've been gassing the corpus rather than using toxin. Oh well. Big blob gun do fart. Fair enough. Why do I not get blessing on my shields? Because I'm inside of a nullifier bubble. That kind of stops me from a receiving ability. I'm nullified. Well, I'm not casting anything. Dungeon City saying I struggle with getting Harrow systems, but the drop is so broken. I tried it already so many times, never had a chance to get it. It's probably not broken. It's just you've been unlucky. That is the nature of RNG. That really is just the nature of it. If there is a chance that you might not get it, then there is a chance you might not get it. The game doesn't suddenly decide to be kind to you.
Hey dreamers, we are up and ready to party.
Here on Charles saying, can't count how many shield blessing trials I've caught while in relay. Yeah, I'm probably a few of them. No, 25 times? Okay, Dungeon City. How are you trying to get the Harrow systems? What method are you using to try and get them? Venus has no mums. I mean, fair enough, Chalk. Fair enough. What is the next mission we got going? Next mission we got going, Spy Mission, Radiation Hazard. Yeah, I'm going to switch. I'm going to do things a little bit more properly today. I'm going to switch. There we are. Easy switch. Alright, let's load ourselves into the Spy Mission. We've got Eurali, Wukong, Trinity. Yeah, that'll be fine. You're loading? Oh, I'll cancel the mission vote, just to make sure no one accidentally force starts it. Jock, let me know as soon as you're in. Or out, I should say. Can you stab someone in chat? You cannot, no. There we are, we should all be good to go. Make sure that Zom is ready as well. There we are. Oh, I will be honest with you, chat. I am a little bit on the tired side today. And by little, I mean quite a bit on the tired side today. Bloody cat decided to wake me up 2 hours early. 2 hours early. Begging for food to be put down. I put it down, she sniffs it and decides, actually, I don't want it anymore. Guess who spent the next 2 hours locked outside of the house? 2 hours early. And don't give me that whole, oh, the cat doesn't know what they're doing. The cat absolutely knows what she's doing. Oh, absolutely does she know. Cats are smart creatures. Smart enough to definitely understand the consequences of her action. And that's why she received them. And those Xmas units do not stand a chance at this level, do they? Offloading. Yeah, that's fine. It's just a sortie. It's not like you're missing out on reactant. You'll be okay. An optics drop from defection. I think so. You might. Yeah, I think neuroptics are defection as well as the Kuva survival. And then you got the systems, which is going to be Kuva spy and Kuva survival. And Harrow chassis you get every time you do a relic fissure. Oh, C has been cracked. I'm assuming someone was on the route to B, but you know what? I'm just going to make certain on that. You're loading? It's fine. We won't finish the mission until you've loaded. You're okay. We're not going to stop the mission because you're loading, but we will just... Yeah. I'm just going to pop this. It's not actually going to help that, but, you know, they'll be fine. Zom will get it. I just want to see if there's any extra loot.
Override established. Security protocols momentarily disabled.
Come on, Zom. May not even load. Oh, yours absolutely did not load. Okay, don't know what's happened there for you, Chuck. Do the first vault before you got into it kicked you. That is... I've not heard of that issue happening. If your connection is really that bad, it might not be suitable for you to join in then. Not to put too fine a point on it, but it doesn't make for a great stream if we have to sit back and literally wait for someone to load. I'm sorry, that's the connection you got there. That does sound rough. Oh, it's system from defections? Ah, okay. One other way around. I don't remember the drop tables off heart. That's what a wiki's for. They might be hero. They might be. Crossplay. It's a thing. There we are. 2 missions down, 1 more to go. Okay, so, Dungeon City, trying to get hold of Harrow Systems. Tried that one rescue mission with the moving VIP and the 3 energy points. Okay, you must mean defection. You must. Rescue mission, moving VIP, plural VIPs. Just targets. 3 energy points going to be the 3 healing towers, or life support towers, whatever you want to call them. I swear you must mean defection with that Dungeon City. So, let's have a look then. If we go to the defection reward tables. Let me just bring this up on here real quickly. I'm going to switch screens around so you guys can see what I'll be looking at. Right then. Oh, by the way, flashbang. Right then, down in the reward section. Okay. Let's assume that you are doing... Oh, they're all standardized, so it doesn't actually matter anymore. There we are, that's fine. It used to. So whichever one of these you're doing, you've got 6% on rotation B, 15% on rotation C. Now, Dungeon City is saying over 25 times. I'm going to assume that you've gone to rotation C 25 times. Let's figure this out for you. Let's figure this out. See just how lucky or unlucky you have been. The way we do this... the chance on B, that is 6%. Chance on C, that is 15%. So the chance of not getting it on B is 94%. The chance of not getting it on C is 85%. Let's just zoom this in a little bit. Let's make it a little bit easier to read for those of you on mobile. So the chance of not B and not C, that is equal to 94% multiplied by 85%, which comes out to, just going to get my trusty calculator for this one, 0.95 by 0.85, that comes out to 79.9%. Chance of that 25 times is equal to 79.9% raised to the power of 25, which comes out to 0.366%. So that is quite unlikely. That is indeed quite unlikely. That is a 1 in 273 chance, apparently. Alright. Yeah, that's right, yeah. 1 in 273 chance. Now, that is not vanishingly unlikely, that's just quite unlikely. Because here's the thing, is that 1 in 273 chance, well, obviously, 273 people run it. It is quite likely that one of those people, at least one of those people, are going to have that level of bad luck. That is the nature of RNG for you. It doesn't matter how common things are supposed to be. It doesn't matter that you've got a combined 21% chance per run, and so within 5 runs, you'd likely get it. Within 10 runs, you go, surely by now, surely by 10 runs. Nope, 25 runs, there is still a 1 in 273 chance of not getting it. That's pure RNG for you. It's not great. I'm not a fan of pure RNG being like it is, but that's how Warframe has been designed since pretty much day one. Yeah, it ain't broken. It's, it just leaves a few people in the dirt. Just leaves a few people in the dirt. Alrighty. Noxy, I think I got it randomly cracking Requiem Relics. You can get the Harrow chassis whilst opening up relics. That is not the Harrow systems. They are 2 very different parts. Easy to confuse, but very different parts. Coltzanos saying, hi guys, a big fan of the channel. I'm glad you enjoy the channel enough to pop on over to the Twitch side of things here as well. Hope you enjoy your stay. We're going to get on to the 3rd and final mission of the sortie, which is an interception with enemy physical enhancement. Alright, I mean, I don't need to switch off a Wukong for that. Yeah, I'm fine with Wukonging this. Let's get cracking as we go in. Let's get the prediction up as well. What reward do y'all think we're going to get from today's sortie? Is it going to be an Asa Sculpture, Riven, Booster, something else entirely perhaps? Make your prediction by clicking that blue spanner icon at the bottom of your chat window. Completely free to gamble, just use those little points due to accruing just by watching the stream, and who knows, maybe you'll get a whole lot more back as a result. Let's see some gambles all over the place. Someone's just thrown 510 into Legendary Core. Okay, fair enough. That is certainly a gamble. I can't say that it's gonna happen, but sure, why not?
These radio towers carry top secret interplanetary communications.
All right,
You work
and let's start cracking
with
everything.
towers and decode incoming messages.
You hate your relic luck. You're trying to get Revenant Prime Blueprint, failing badly. At least with relics, every single time you don't get what you want, you instead get something that someone else will want. Either another player, or you can hand it over to Barracutia. So the worst case scenario is you still get something, and then you can use that something, if you get enough of them, to get the thing you're actually trying to get. It's not the most ideal of situations, I grant you that, absolutely. Oh. No one likes having to go for ages and ages and ages and not get what they're looking for. That does suck. Okay, there is a lot of bad guys here. I am losing a lot of hit points quickly. Wukong, at least with the build I'm using, is not the tankiest. We'll try and hold. We'll try. Oh well. No one's voted reactor? Ooh, okay. You're even chef trying to get Chrome Prime New Optics. Same again. At the very least, with Prime Relics, you're always making progress of a sort because you can trade with other players. I know there are some people who are against the idea of trading being a solution to RNG, and that, I'll be honest, actually slightly confuses me because trading is an integral part of pretty much every MMO. Like, you're not expected to do every single mission in every single MMO and do every single skill to the absolute max. It's just not the done thing. Trading with other players to get things that you either don't want or can't get is just normal. You do it in Aim Online, you do it in RuneScape, you do it in World of Warcraft, you do it everywhere. You buy stuff from other people and sell stuff to other people. Don't be shying away from trading where it is available to mitigate RNG. Don't be shying away from that. That is where things like the farms for Warframe blueprints, that's where that can suck. Because certainly for assassination frames, if you don't get what you're looking for, tough. You just got nothing. Not progress, not something tradable, you got nothing. It's a thing. Chocolate reactor? Oh, chocolate reactor, okay. I'm just going to hold this space here. The enemies usually love to continuously assault this spot. Don't know whether it's exactly to do with spawns or something else. I'm just going to hold here. Should be okay. I know that other points are being tackled, but that's why we've got Witherfang and Zom. Oop. I was a little bit too focused on that one, didn't realise that the ability ran out. Or got nullified. Give armor, thank you. Okay. Woo! Just about saved my passive there. You know what? Let's bring in some noise. I haven't brought an AoE weapon, so let's bring an AoE weapon wielding NPC crew. They'll do a good job. No frame you have left to farm the entire game is Equinox. Ah. I mean, it's not the worst, but it is pretty intensive, isn't it? Yeah. Does a red Archon Shard on melee crit work on Sevigoth Shadow? Yes. Sevigoth Shadow uses a melee weapon. The crit bonus is to your melee weapons. It works. Right. Almost all points captured. I'm just going to help speed capture this one. D is, of course, under attack, because why would they attack anywhere other than D? It's just the attack location. There we are. We now have all 4 points and should be pretty stable. NPC crew are ridiculously strong in this game. Like, especially the elite crew. Once you get hold of your ideal elite crew, they absolutely dominate. Z-Train, you have missed 29 minutes of the stream, as it says at the bottom of your stream window there. I have definitely not done the Carl mission yet this week, no. Definitely not. I double checked before the start of the stream. What's my favourite frame and why? My favourite frame is Lavos. As to why, it's because Lavos is a very versatile, very forgiving Warframe who allows you to be either passive or hyperactive and anywhere in between to vary the results you get and still works wonders. He is adaptable to a variety of circumstances, resistant to a variety of problems. His biggest issue is his lack of stealth, which, let's face it, the Warframe meta does not exactly require at the moment. So he's simply a very effective, very versatile frame of Doom. And A, B, and C are all under simultaneous attack. Words. We managed to save 2 of them. Alright, D's under attack, so I'm just going to go rescue D. So long as we can keep the enemies focused on D, it's easier to hold the others. So holding D is usually a good idea. At least on this tile set. Most Inception tile sets seem to follow the same pattern, but mostly on this tile set. Oops, I looked at chat for a second and died. Hey! Gotta love bringing a low tank Wukong. And as a result, they've now capped this. He's fine. Just finished soloing no mod Grenell missions to hate everything. I mean, it depends on what you bring and what you're used to, but yeah, they are a bit tough, aren't they? I would usually recommend not soloing them for that reason. And I think that should be mission done. Beautiful. Time to see what reward we get. What do I think about Lobster Nurse Frame? That being Trinity. She's alright. She's not bad. She's not amazing. She's alright. Are Archguns effective against the Necromex in Isolation Vaults? Depending on the Archgun and the modding setup you have, they can be. Remember to use radiation damage against the Necromex. Alright, today we get a mod drop chance booster. Alrighty then. Well, a booster was gambled on by 3 people. Feeling Trippy putting 900 spanners onto that. Feeling Trippy. Looks like you've feeling out exactly what we're getting there. You're absolutely right. It's a booster today. There we go. Cosmo missed a chance to gamble. Well, Cosmo, unless you're going to go for booster, it was probably for the best for you. First time you're winning one of those predictions. It's a nice feeling, isn't it, feeling trippy? It's a nice feeling. You got yourself a whole bunch of spanners to play around with now. Huh. You and two others, for that matter. Alrighty then. With that, I'm going to have to say goodbye to Zom and Witherfang. Thank you very much for joining in with me on this one here. We're going to drop out of that now. We're going to head on down to Carl's Garrison. And Tabitha asking for hydrate. Oh. Cheers. I think I mispronounced that. It's Tabitha, not Tabitha. I'm thinking of Ibiza. Whoops. Switch to Drifter Camp? Yeah. I'll be honest, this is one of the things that puts me off with the Carl mission, is just this simple step here, that I have to go down to this particular camp, to then go over to Carl's Garrison, to then go over to Carl, to then start the mission. I know it's tiny, tiny little things, but it adds up. It's just, why do I have to load into this particular place just to access the mission panel? Z-Train want to switch over the music a bit, so let's just grab that right here. You said instrumental. Boom, let's switch it up. Alright, today it's going for the Sneaky Sabotage. We need to do it deathlessly. We need to break 5 veils. We need to freeze the Arachnoid twice, get 5 kills in 5 seconds, and need to kill 20 enemies. On top of that, also find the 4 passwords to unlock the cache. This is actually a really easy one. This is a really easy one. The only hunting around, really, is breaking from the Narma Veils, and that just kind of happens along the way most of the time. So, yeah, this should actually be good. This should actually be good. Let's get this cracked, shall we? I'm so glad we don't have a million things to just kind of find on a pixel hunt.
This where Narmer make veils for brothers.
Alright, we got no jetpack. I don't want to keep spamming dash, I'll be honest. I know it's technically faster. I'm just gonna run. Jog. This is definitely a jog.
Call came out too ready. Still say blow up better.
Alright, let's grab that and the password. There it is. One down. Pop into here. Grab that.
See that big Magnalocked door?
Grab that.
You need to get on the other side. Could you be
Can't reach that from here. Grab that camera. Grab that. Grab that. There we go. 2 passwords down.
How did you figure that out?
Point and click.
Point and click. Alright, just quickly check in case there is a guy in here. I don't think one can spawn in here, but I'm just double checking. Let's pop down this way.
You next.
Back. The inclusion of the word smack absolutely necessary there, of course. Those passwords an objective? Yeah, you won't see them unless it's an actual objective to do.
That's another damn.
Grab that and grab the password. Make our way over here. I'm gonna go this way. Just occurred to me that this is probably the smarter route to take. Reason being for that is not only am I away from the deacons, but I can also drop down here and probably find a few veil heads. Like this one right here. Boom. It's all about the sensible approach to the pathing. Once you know where you're going, figure out the likely spots. There's no one in there normally. Yeah. It just makes the whole thing that bit smoother. Cut our way through that. There's another. It's nice that this whole veil breaker isn't really that loud. It isn't waking up everyone here going, huh, what was that?
Killing time.
Usually parkour across the boxes. There. Like I say, doing this, we get the extra pickups of these guys in one nice linear fashion. Which I'd say works out. I'd say it works out.
Time for revenge.
Redone. Jog our way around here. Quickly get this one. Now I know there may be a guy up there. Let's have a look. Check for where that deacon is at. That was really unfortunate timing. Can he still see me through this? Does this count as a vision? This counts as a vision blocker. Okay. That is convenient. Idiot, just keep looking that way. Thank you. That was convenient. One my glass? Something like that. You never understand how deacons work? It's about vision. Oh my god, when did he look around? Let's just shut that one up real quick. Jog my way across here. Hello. I'm taking them out very quickly to make certain they don't cause a ruckus. As you can hear, the deacons are a little bit annoyed with the noise, but we should be okay. Quick crack this. Boom. Wonderful. So we got this one, got the password, and we got this one. Beautiful. I've got all the passwords. I've got 4 out of 5 veils. We got all the codes needed to enter into the actual vault. Loads of good stuff. Ta-da! So far, 5.5 minutes in. I'll take that. Okay, I see that. Whoop. Didn't expect that mode there for some reason. He's gonna knock me. I didn't get in range quick enough. Shush. Shush. There we are. Alright. Has that alerted the deacons? It has not. Okay, I should be able to get past this one here.
Inside. Now what?
When I said should was doing a lot of work in that sentence. Should was doing a hell of a lot of work in that sentence, but it's fine. I got through. Do a quick little jog. Grab this. Alright, let's do this nice and quickly.
Do that, and I'll have a split second during reboots to inject my sabotage instructions. Hurry!
I can see Bug over there. And here I can see the bird.
Do you see anything that could tell you the key sequence?
Over here we've got bird. And over there we've got Bug. There we are.
Well done.
Lovely jubbly.
Now to make
Stuff getting to it right runs right up to enemy. Yeah. It works. Sometimes you gotta get close and personal to snap a neck or two.
Marking weapons locker. You're gonna need a gun.
Like I was saying, I was finally gonna start bothering these missions. That just made me change my mind. What made you change your mind?
Deacons are
We haven't had an issue so far.
but you're tinkering.
Oh, and I can see there is a guy that I can veil break over there. Excellent, that gets me the 5th.
Plasma torch.
I zap him now.
A
Okay, I missed. I'll just cast this first.
Grab a target marker. Great.
Give it a moment, give it a moment, give it a moment.
Show me where to shoot.
There we are.
To singe your eyelashes.
Yo, Flo, thank you very much for the 25 pyramids. Appreciate it. Alright, where are all those enemies sticking around? They're all the way over there. If I do that, how many can I get? I got 1 or 2. Let's get out of here nice and quickly. Our missions need way more variations. I'd be happy with the missions staying as they are if we had some variations in Carl's approach to them. If we could do more to change up what we did in them. Oh, that missed. Let's just quickly nuke that there. Nice, that's killed enough enemies for that challenge. Easy enough to do. Run away from the knockdown. I really hate these seeking missile ones. You can't dilly-dally, you really have to fight those. Because those seeking missiles, they'll get through your blunt as well, and that will just hurt. Yeah, I know you can stun the deacons. I have been stunning the deacons. Message is supposed to send that got separated. Oop, that's unfortunate. I'll have a look at your message in just a sec there. This message is supposed to be the bits, but Twitch did weird, sent below them. Yeah, I'll have a look in just a sec there, Flo. This is a bit where it can get a bit dicey if I'm not careful. That's the kills within 5 seconds. Nice. Tell me charge, tell me charge, tell me charge. Thank you. Ah, misplaced it. I only got a couple of them. Jump!
Call something
Run!
big.
Dodge and weave! Dodge and weave! There we are, that works. Phew. Alright, let's wait for this guy. Freeze him, number 1. First time I did this, I had no idea the cold proc would freeze it solid. That's in range. Nice. I didn't expect to be able to use the barrels in that way.
I love this.
No, he stepped forwards. I still got it. Grenades, go. Laser, go. Everything, go. Easy.
Weak machine.
Easy, 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 easy. Des will say, I guess we can't blame D. Nobody could have predicted it would be a boring to do, same 10 to 20 minute long mission every week.
Manipulating people isn't
I think they hoped that the challenges would make it more interesting, forgetting that pixel hunts are not everyone's cup of tea. When you have no indication, nothing to work on other than they're out there somewhere. Scour every inch of the map. That hurt scour missions for a long time for me. Now we've got more challenges which aren't pixel hunts. I think I did all of them there. Yep, did all of them there. Even did the whole thing in 12 minutes. Killing 20 enemies is just kind of a progress thing. 5 kills in 5 seconds, that's more of a challenge thing. Remove 5 veils, it's Veil Breaker, that's understandable. Freeze the armor sight arachnoid, first of all calls out that it's a thing, and second it's part of the fight. And then to find the 4 passwords, they're in reasonable locations. It's not like you're scanning every inch of the map, you know you find them through the scanner. It would be nice if it said it was through the scanner, but close enough. But these challenges are actually good challenges, which give you a little bit more to do in terms of looking for bits and pieces. There's not a lot of challenge, not a lot of thinking involved, but at least it's not a pixel hunt. There is definitely that. There is most certainly that. Alright, so Flo, what was that message I missed from you? Because Twitch did a Twitch thing. I said the turns have tabled. Finally getting glitches on level 1 and 2. Finally getting liches on level 1 after 2 years of bad luck. 2 liches in a row with all 3 right requirems first try. Nice. It is nice when luck turns in your favour. Absolutely. It is a nice feeling blow. And, like, cheers. Oh. You'd be fine with the challenges if they didn't love adding the goddamn time into the same weeks. I mean, the timer one can be a bit of a pain, yeah. Forcing basically a rerun. That is definitely a bit... getting less than 20 kills for that mission would be interesting. Yeah, that would be a bit of a odyssey, wouldn't it? I don't know how many kills I got. It doesn't give us those kind of stats here, it seems. But, yeah, that would be rather odd, wouldn't it? What I would like to see as an expansion to Carl, if they're going to make any kind of expansion, they don't have to. If they wanted to move on and just give us other kinds of interesting content, I'm down for that as well. But if they want to expand Carl, what we have at the moment under this here is just looks and details. It's all cosmetics. Imagine if we could unlock through progress alone, not using stock. We've got enough things demanding stock, just sheer progress alone, unlock alternative gear. So if we could give it, get the upgrade that maybe allows you to take in a jetpack on the spy mission, or start with the jetpack straight away on the Thumperhunt mission. Maybe if we get one that gives you a faster sprint speed. Maybe if we have one that switches over your default weapons. So instead of having the machete, maybe you have something which has a slam attack to it. Instead of starting out with the Grakita, maybe we start out with something like a Tonkor. Add in a bit of direct customization variety, and could even give it a balancing system to say, if you pick the jetpack starter, then you don't get to pick some other thing, some point cost balancing to it, however you want to work it through. I feel that could be more interesting, give you more variety in being able to run things around, and then that opens up challenges as well. Challenges they could add in, such as do the mission using the hammer. Obviously, only have those challenges load if you have such a weapon. I feel like that could add more interest to the whole process. I got a really itchy nose today for some reason. Probably because of lack of sleep. Lower stuff. Cheers. Things to add in a little bit more intrigue. It's like they could also add challenges which are anti-challenges. Like this one here, we've got kill 20 enemies. What if the challenge was the other way around? Kill less than X number of mowers or the floating drones. Try to avoid having to do too many kills. That could be interesting too. I feel like that kind of expansion could lead to more interesting bits and pieces happening there.
Suppose it was lucky Carl finding pretty much everything Carl dropped.
I'm fine with them having damage balancing so we don't get to mod our weapons. They're setting a challenge, but changing the challenge. That's the difference. I understand that Warframe's modding system absolutely should stay nowhere near Carl.
No worries.
If you could mod your weapons, this would just be a joke. That'd be an absolute joke. Anyway, let's navigate our way back to the orbiter. We are done with the Carl mission for the day. Here out, what I'd like to do is head on over to the Zaraman for a bit. Now, I see that Space Cadet here has made a request. I'd love to see how to optimize Punchy Monk Baruch. Just got his prime. Alright, we can certainly give that a whirl. We can certainly give that a whirl. Are the Archon mods worth the grind? That is a question and a half right there, Supreme Boost. That is a question and a half. Are the Archon mods worth the grind? Well, let's have a look then. Let's have a look at those Archon mods real quick, because that is an interesting bit to cover. So we got 5 Archon mods. I've got 6 here because I've got a double up of the Vitality. I think that was a Twitch drop. Yeah, because I got a second flow as well, which is also a Twitch drop. So, let's start from the top of the list. Archon Intensify, plus 30% ability strength, plus an additional 30 when you restore health through an ability. That 30 lasting for 10 seconds. So, obviously, if you've got a Warframe with no health restoration abilities, Archon Intensify, absolutely useless. If you have got restoration abilities, this is competing with Umbral Intensify and Normal Intensify. Normal Intensify, 5 drain cheaper to fit, or will that be 2 drain cheaper if you're using a polarized slot. So not a lot of change with a polarized slot there. And then you've got Umbral Intensify, much more difficult to fit onto pretty much every single Warframe due to the fact it needs an Umbral former to reduce the cost. And that will give you anywhere from 44 to 77% depending on your setup, but that will always be active. This one you do need to have the heals going in order for it to proc, but it's one that you can certainly work with in a lot of cases. Even if you've got a frame where you're solo and don't expect to take health damage, you can use, I believe, Combat Discipline to take health off of you and use that to work towards it. Does it proc from passives? I don't believe it. I'm not sure. The whole what it triggers on, what it doesn't trigger on is very hard to say. It would be nice if whilst it was equipped, it would put a marker on certain abilities saying, hey, this ability triggers this mod. It would be nice if there was some clear indication of that. There is not, so the best option is to refer to the wiki. Seriously, refer to the wiki on that one. Archon Flow. This one at max rank will give you the same energy max as you get from Prime Flow, so it is an upgrade from normal flow if you don't have the primed version. Otherwise, enemies killed by cold abilities have a 10% chance to drop energy orb, cooldown 10 seconds, is absolutely, thoroughly terrible. Does it not show a UI pop-up? It shows a UI pop-up in the mission, Ladybug, but it doesn't show a pop-up on, say, your arsenal to know, oh, am I being an idiot adding this to my build? That's the point, is that once you're already in the mission, it's too late. It should have already told you by that point, is it going to work or not? If someone has to question, is it actually going to work on this one? Does that count? There's a problem. Anyway, Archon Flow, terrible. If you have Prime Flow, which is really easy to get, bad. Just bad. Because killing with cold damage in the first place is quite a big ask for abilities. Most abilities don't use cold. Those abilities which do use cold are usually not killing abilities. On top of that, it's a 10% chance to drop an energy orb. So that's a tiny amount of energy orb increase. And on top of that, it's going to cool down in 10 seconds, so that even if you get lucky with the 10% chance rolling twice in quick succession, the game goes, whoa, 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 we can't be having that now. How dare you design your build to make maximum use of this mod? We're not going to let you have that. This one's DOA. Which short of a dead on arrival. No, I don't like it. Which is why I've got 2 of them and both of them are minimum rank. If you've got Prime Flow is perfectly good as is. Also, this goes all the way up to a drain of 16, so you're not saving anything anywhere. Archon of Vitality. Now, this is an interesting one. Plus health is useful in some builds. Not every frame can make use of it, but some can. The point is that it also adds an additional heat proc every time you would proc heat. With an ability, of course. Now, if you're proccing heat for the sake of proccing heat for the effects of it, reducing armor, staggering enemies, that kind of thing, then this has no effect. Because you don't need double damage from something that's doing next to no damage. It is purely for damage dealing heat procs, but there are quite a few of those. You've got, for example, with Lavos can benefit from it, you've got Protea can benefit from it, just to name a couple off the top of the head. You can look into the various ones out there. Good on Nezha's Firewalker. Nezha's Firewalker is not a damage focused ability, so no. Gauss? Yeah, Gauss is another pick there, absolutely. If you are looking to deal real damage, not just happens to do damage, but you're killing with that damage, Archon Vitality has value too, yes. And then we get to Archon Continuity. Archon Continuity is in a bit of an odd spot. If you haven't got Prime Continuity, it's a direct upgrade from normal Continuity. You've got an extra 25% ability duration, so that is great. If you have got Prime Continuity, then the only reason you care about this for the extra 2 drain or 1 on a polarized slot is the special effect. Abilities that inflict toxin status also apply corrosive. There is the obvious use there for condition overload or condition overload for the primary and secondary weapons, where you've got an additional status, hurrah, this helps you out. Otherwise, I don't see why you'd need these 2 statuses together. If you're using Toxin against an enemy, then they are likely a shielded enemy. If they are a shielded enemy, they likely do not have armor. If they do not have armor, why would you need a corrosive proc? If you are attacking a enemy which has armor, and therefore the corrosive is helpful to you, why are you using toxin? What abilities delivering toxin are you relying on that you require this mod? So outside of condition overload, it's a bit bleh. Line new corpus units of both shields and armor. There are some. There's not a huge number. Not a huge number, but there are some. That is a very niche scenario in which this would come out for you, because at that same time you also still need to be doing toxin status with your abilities to then follow up with the corrosive status. It is very niche. Maybe against Kuva Liches. You really won't be using toxin abilities against Kuva Liches. It's not going to do a lot for you, really. Because think about the toxin abilities out there. There aren't a lot of them. There really aren't a lot of toxin proc applying abilities out there. So this one is very limited in its use cases. Then lastly we get to Archon Stretch. Archon Stretch is in a interesting spot, as whilst it requires an ability that deals electric damage and has no range benefit over normal Stretch, it does give energy regeneration, which the few electric frames out there can benefit from. It has absolutely no use on Lavos. It's strange the number of people I see saying Lavos can use all of these. Lavos doesn't give a slightest damn about Archon Flow. Lavos doesn't give the slightest damn about Archon Stretch. Sure, Lavos can get a corrosive proc on top of the toxin proc. If they really need corrosive, Lavos can just apply a corrosive. Lavos isn't hugely in need of strength, so this is kind of a waste anyway. You can go for a full umbral setup, which is just stronger. And of course, full umbral also rules out Archive Vitality, so Lavos actually laughs at these. It's like, I don't really need that. I could use Archon Continuity maybe. I can go for these if I want to just drop down my tank in the process, but yeah. So this is great when it comes to Jaya. This is great when it comes to Vault. There are going to be a few edge cases otherwise. Archon Stretch is in a better spot overall. So we have situational, terrible, good, very situational, and then we have situational but good when it applies. They're a bit mixed. So the whole is it worth it to get Archon mods is a bit maybe not. It's a toughie. It's a toughie. Where do you get the Archon mods? You don't get them from Archon hunts. No, you get the Archon mods from doing the Carl missions, or by buying them from other players. That works too. So yeah, they've got their places. It's just that some of them are really pants, and the others, they range from situational to good. They're nothing amazing for such endgame items. So far through all the quests, then the Carl missions, then the Endo to rank. Excuse me, to rank them up. They are a bit. They're not amazing. Right, let's have a look at working with Baroque here now. The build I've got on this one, next no duration, which is intentional. That means that it'll last for a tiny amount of time, and so it is quicker for us to be able to recast it. Duration doesn't really matter to the rest of this as well, so we can get away with that tiny duration. I've gone for a lot of efficiency here, just to make it where these abilities are really cheap to cast. It says 0, that's the Xeneric bug. It would be nice if DE changed that one. We'll have to see on that. Probably with the next update, I'd imagine, but we'll see. Range, just reaching out further with roll primarily. It's just a good idea. And then as much strength as this build could fit onto it for the time being. Now this one is a zero former approach, which you can see up here, but we can give it a whirl, see how well it works. Yeah, everything costs your energy because Xeneric bug. Xeneric, if you have it equipped, due to the fact that Inner Might exists, which gives you a free cast, Warframe just kind of breaks. It just breaks. Which is not great. Zom, you're disagreeing with Vitality specifically about Protea. When I say things are niche, you have to remember there are 52 Warframes. There are 52 of them. Just because Protea gets the benefit of it doesn't mean it's a good mod overall. It just means that one frame out there goes, yay! At that point, if it's great on one Warframe, it might as well be an augment. There are others that can make use of it, but nowhere near the same as Protea can. Is Vodgenoid the best endo farm? I don't know. Why don't you check out my endo guide over on YouTube, Bean? That'll probably give you a very good idea. Exclamation mark endo on that one. Alright, Desert Wind Prime. What have I got on mods on this one? Yeah, this needs Former. This needs Former. I don't use Baroque much. I don't like using Baroque much. But, yeah, let's see. I've got the corrosive setup here. I've got the crit chance without combo build, so I could just kind of go into it and not have to worry about building combo, because Desert Wind is a bitch for combo building. It's not the best, but I'll take it as is. Yeah. I'll give this a dash polarity. That'll give me some more room to actually put things on. Why not? Let's do that. One of my 50 Former. Let's get on to that. Oh, apparently that was a challenge. Hey, well, you know. We take those. Let's see. Let's make it corrosive cold. Why not? Let's make it corrosive cold. How does Wisp make use of Vitality? I don't understand the question. Vitality, the mod, you just put it on and you have more health. Is it a 4 ability to Helmet Over? On which Warframe you're talking about there? Because if you're talking about Baroque, you have lost your mind. Alright. Let's take this. Let's pop into the Zaraman. We are against the Grenier. Perfect. Corrosive Cold will do me fine there. Let's go Steel Path. Might be a bad idea. Let's give it a whirl. I very rarely use Baroque, so this might go badly. Let's talk about Wisp and Archon Vitality. Oh, okay, see, when a separate conversation happens and then people aren't replying, I can't tell who's speaking to who.
Your weapons make music, and the enemy calls for a song.
Up. I really dislike having to maintain restraint with this guy. I really dislike having to maintain restraint just to be able to use a full ability. I get that it's supposed to be a strong ability, it's just... it feels really weird that I'm constantly recasting ability where I'm putting them to sleep, letting them wake back up so I can put them to sleep again. This just seems... yeah. I already have an energy bar. Why am I refilling a different energy bar just to use my energy bar? That's how I feel about Baroque. Zephyr Airburst on 1? Yeah, you can use Zephyr's Airburst on Baroque. I haven't Helmimped him for the same reason that I haven't put Archon Shards on him, for the same reason I haven't put Former on him. I don't really use him. I don't like Baroque. I don't care how much damage a Warframe has. Well, I do, to an extent. My point is that I just don't find him engaging. Excuse me whilst I make some weird noises, try to put some enemies to sleep, and then they'll immediately wake back up, but it's fine because now I can go punchy in their general direction. That interests me about as much as using the Kuba Brahma for every mission. It really does. His sleep just isn't amazing. Oh, no, there we are. I apparently have not been using my abilities enough, and so I've now lost access to his fort for a while. Yep, that's Baroque. Oh, and I looked to chat for a moment and got smacked by this guy. That is one downside of streaming rather than just focusing, is that I will always get hit at the millisecond I look away. That is fine. I think Brook is cool, but you don't really like melee spam, bores you? I mean, that's absolutely fair as well. I would like to have an option added to turn all semi-auto attacks into automatic by just holding down the input key. Obviously, for things like glaives, that wouldn't work. It can just have a disclaimer that that's just not going to operate. Or if you do activate it, then it will disable throws or something like that. Maybe make it a double tap. I don't care how they figure it out. Point is, for me, a big part of being anti-melee is the fact that it's press, 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 press. And you get some people like, oh, just use the scroll wheel. Do you remember the fact that where the scroll wheel isn't free spinning on most mice? Constantly scrolling up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down is actually even more hassle than repeatedly tapping the same key. And then Baruchia suffers from the issue of just... I could just use other weapons rather than his 4. Yeah, I could just do other stuff. Where did the thing go? I swear it was right here. Where did he go? Yeah. Baruch in high enemy density missions? Sure, great. Violence, you actual... Violence, the anti-fun acolyte. Where were we? Ah, yes. Also, activating Serene Storm uses up a whole chunk of your restraint. But every time it deactivates, you also effectively have a penalty on reactivating it. Yeah. Oh, I didn't notice that it actually just ran out again. Yay. Because rather than go through all that, I can actually just shoot things. And shooting things works, believe it or not. Shooting things just works. Moondog saying, use a macro on the Razer software. Alright, yeah, that's fine. I'm not sure what that macro would be, whether it's repeaters, key presses, or if you press down, it acts like you're constantly pressing it, something like that. I don't want to be using third-party tools just to avoid breaking my hands when we could just not have that in games. Oh, I didn't pay attention to my damage reduction whilst ranting. Excellent, let me just go try res myself. Any more butchers? One more butcher, please. Just one more. I'm not going to find a butcher in time, am I? No. Oh well. Bollocks to it. Everything macro, third party and whatnot is always used at your own risk. DE has basically said don't automate the game, and you're probably okay. It's again one of those grey areas where rather than accommodating people, there is instead a third party solution which may or may not cause an issue for your account and may or may not be something you wish to avoid, but it's something that you could do rather than not having super spam as a thing. It's... yeah. It's a thing. I wish I could give you a proper answer, but there is no proper answer to give you. So Zaku doesn't automate the game, as Zaku you have to maintain his abilities. Their abilities, I should say. Protea, again, you have to maintain the abilities. Mesa, not only do you have to maintain the abilities, you also have to actually aim. You have to point in the direction of enemies. The zone shrinks down, so you have to point more and more as time goes on. Or again, recast. I've given up using Baroque's 4. I don't want to. Also, my carriers died at some point during all this. That's great. Most frames I use, carrier doesn't die. I use Rook, carrier dies. Yep, there's definitely a correlation to be drawn there. Nope. Will you respond better to me smacking you? Oh, don't go flying away. That actually makes it harder to kill you. Like I said, don't go flying away. Stop it. Oh, I need to rebuild the stacks for this account anymore now. I have so many builds which work just fine on the steel path, and then Brook, it just... And I've got Mr. Magnetic proc and an Acolyte at the same time. Please piss off. Nope, no, okay, they are not going to piss off. That one down. This one down. Please don't resist this. Thank you. Nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Stop with the long range shooty shoots. Thank you. Yeah. As you may have gathered, just not a fan of a Rook. There's no getting around that, Space Cadet. You may enjoy them. You see that the build can be used, but if you're in anything less than a 4-player mission, it's just... the upkeep is just pain. It's not even an energy upkeep at that point. Because I've efficiency'd out the energy upkeep, and it's still an upkeep. Where's that guy gone? There he is. I would even say that, well, on normal mode, with a lot of frames where they may have damage issues, normal mode fixes that rather than Steel Path. But Rook doesn't even have that, because on normal mode, you then end up in a situation where there's even fewer enemies. And so using it, oh for God's sake, using his abilities gets even more problematic. Don't want to use this. No. Let's get rid of that, please. Lose my Warframe. God damn it. Glaive Prime. Glaive Prime works. Nope. Or you can get stuck in an animation and have that happen. That works too. You see, I could crowd control these enemies using a sleep ability, but then doing that makes it even harder to build or take down restraint. Also, I've once again brought this, yeah, Xeneric, which is not great for killing angels on the Steel Path.
Use your void body to absorb.
Not exactly ideal. Just gonna wait for my ability to recover. The angel has once again decided to just sit there and take it. Okay. Alright, Angel. Thanks. Glaive Prime too good here. What amp is that? I'm using the 777. And to make it even easier, I've named it exactly that as well. Charge energy. Oops. Come on. Come on. There we go. That was a bit of progress. There we are. May I have a hint for the next video? Not this time, Ray, no. Not on this particular one. Partly because I'm between ideas on which one I want to do next. There's a few I could. Still picking. There we go. Angels down. Grab a focus. Grab a rewards. I did grab a focus, didn't I? Yep. And we can get out of that Steel Path mission. Is it the best amp? 777 is the... it's a standard amp for a lot of uses. It has a hell of a lot of damage on the primary and secondary fire. Secondary fire is most useful for Eidolons, but it has its places elsewhere. But yeah, that's Brook, Steel Path. Use him if you want to. It's not my choice at all. I don't find him fun to play. I will be very honest with you on that. It's one of the reasons there's not a guide on my channel for Brook. It's probably not going to be a guide for him for a long time yet. Does the regular glaive work as a cheap glaive prime drop-in? I would like to say probably not good enough, but let's have a look. Let's bring up the stats to compare that then for you. We go glaive prime, Warframe. And let's compare that to the basic glaive, which a link would be great. Here we are. So glaive prime, we've got, it's all about the heavy attack. Charged throw, recall, explosion, that's the heavy attack of it. So that one's got 1000 radial damage, 26% critical chance, 2.4 times critical multiplier, guaranteed impact slash only if they survive. On normal glaive, we have a scroll down this. The charged throw recall explosion does not have that slash proc. Got lower damage, lower crit chance, lower crit multiplier, not hugely lower. Well, the crit chance is actually hugely lower. So the DPS is a hell of a lot lower, but it's that lack of slash as well really hurts it. Really, really hurts it. So, no. It's not going to be anywhere near as good. It's got a terrible base damage type. Blast is just terrible overall. It's good against machinery and fossilized. Fossilized is a subset of infested. Machinery is beyond rare. Like, it pops up in places you don't care, quite frankly. So with worse stats overall, no force impact proc, no force slash proc. Glaive doesn't hold a candle to Glaive Prime. Glaive Prime is redonkulously good. If you are looking for a, what do you call them? If you're looking for a glaive, of course, if you're looking for a glaive that isn't Glaive Prime, go for Zorus. Zorus will do you plenty fine. It's a quest one, so you pick it up basically for free. It's got a even higher range on it. And it's got the electric damage, which works well in a variety of circumstances. So that'll be the one to go for instead. That'll be the one to go for. Machinery such as rollers, Grineer spy drones, yeah, that kind of thing, yeah. So the Grineer units which aren't living use machinery. And even then, typically those machines will also be armored, so you want to use either corrosive or radiation, not blast. It's a thing. It's a thing. Got a Zorus build? It's basically a glaive build. A glaive build is a Zorus build and vice versa because they're glaives. There's nothing more to it. They're just glaives. You gotta roll for glaive with minus slash. A lot of people talk to you say it's a very bad stat. Lots of people don't understand how the game works. Surprise, surprise! It's a complicated game. You'd expect minus slash to have a negative effect on slash, but that's not how Warframe works, which is... If anyone ever thinks that there is any part of this game that should be simple to understand, it's really not. It's really not. Avgard. Is that Avgard? Avgard? I'm not entirely sure I'm supposed to pronounce that. It feels like it's French, and I am not French. But all the same, thank you very much for subscribing with Prime once again up onto 2 months there. Appreciate it, my dude. Cheers on that. And yeah, for anyone wondering with regards to my glaive build, let's just bring it up real quickly there. So on the glaive here, I've gone for the sacrificial set. We've got Life Strike for healing purposes. I've got Fever Strike on here. Corrupt Charge, the additional combo means a heavy attack deals more damage. Volatile Quick Return, this gives us a massive increase of blast radius. Amalgam Organ Shatter and Killing Blow make for the heavy attacks to be a lot faster on the wind up, and we get some additional damage on top once again. This altogether does a hell of a lot of hurt. The use of the Toxin means it's a one-size-fits-all build. If I've got a no armor enemy, and certainly if I've got a shielded enemy, the Toxin just obliterates them. And it works. Why is Corrupt Charge not maxed? Because previously I didn't have enough capacity on here for it to be like that. But now I do, so... Yeah, at some point... No, wait, no, that's not the case. What do I put a different... No, that is the case, yeah. At one point, I needed the extra space. It doesn't have to go any higher anyway, because what's the difference here? Where is it? Corrupt Charge. Do I not have a fully ranked Corrupt Charge? There it is. So, Corrupt Charge here, 30 combo versus 22.5. That's not going to give you any higher heavy attack bonus. Using up the extra capacity, no extra improvement on the heavy attack bonus. So actually there's no benefit directly to doing it. Not when it comes to glaive here, there's no actual benefit. If you had some other source of initial combo, then yes, but otherwise no. Otherwise no. Gladiator Might versus Life Strike? If you really need more crit damage, Mythic Spirit, then yeah, absolutely. If you need more critical damage, go ahead and get yourself Gladiator Bite, get yourself the extra crit damage, now you can hurt enemies even harder. Alternatively, you can realize that this will still kill enemies just fine, and now you have a source of healing, which is just throw your glaive, full health. Which is an incredible amount of healing. But yeah. Raptor saying, afternoon Ken, just got out to the Dungeons & Dragons movie, highly recommend. Oh, thanks for the recommendation, Raptor. I'll have to give it a look at some point. I'll have to give it a look. Alright, let's switch off a Bulwark there. I'm about done with a Bulwark for the month. For the year, something like that. I'll be honest, this is going to hurt some people. I'm going to say it. I'd rather play Eurali than Bulwark. I'm saying it. I'd rather play Eurali than Bulwark. That's my preference. And I know I've hurt a lot of people with that reality. Can't argue preference. Is it fair to say I don't like melee frames in general? I'd say that's reasonable, yeah. Because the melee system in this game doesn't entice me as much as the gun system. Especially when you consider what are the melee frames. What do we have melee frame-wise? As opposed to just a frame you could put a melee weapon onto. Wukong, his staff is terrible, so that's not great. We have... Which of these are melee-focused in their approach? Mesa is actually anti-melee focused. Volt, he's got the melee attack speed bonus, but do we really use him for that? No. And he's got the shield to enhance the gun damage anyway. Let's see. Gauss actually prefers guns. Titania's melee is terrible. Varuna supports melee nicely. When it comes down to melee is spam E. It's like a dolphin on a keyboard. Let's see, what else have we got here? Siren technically is a bonus to melee versus guns, but who really cares about it? Siren is just a weapons platform overall. Sevagoth using his shadow. I'm just not a fan of the whole approach on that one. Plus, his shadow just feels sluggish. Just feels sluggish. Styanax. I mean, technically not a melee frame, so no. We'll just roll past that one. Valkyria. Valkyria's alright, but again, spamming E. That's all it is. Just spam E. And so on and so forth. Why does someone ask after the Urali video goes up, why do I have 2 Uralis? How's it taking this? I have 2 Uralis because this one has triple Umbral Former and a Aura Former on it for no good reason. Whereas this one has an actual real build. So, stupid Urali, standard Urali, that's why. I refuse to sell the one with the Umbrals. Rook, I've just gone through the last however long saying why I don't like them. Excalibur, just so damn basic a Warframe, it actually just... I'm tired. At the moment I grab him, I'm just tired. I prefer gunplay in this game more, yeah. I definitely do prefer that. You'll say Warframe Melee is better than Borderlands Melee. I've never played Borderlands, and another game having it worse doesn't make me appreciate it more in a game where I don't enjoy it. That's, I don't derive enjoyment from things from going, well, it could be worse. I derive enjoyment from things from going, I enjoy this. Because if someone else does it worse, I just go, well, the both of you are bad at it then. No quibbles over who is worse or better. Borderlands, Warframe, something else entirely. Not my table. Not my concern. I accidentally just keep last, whatever. My concern is, do I enjoy it? Fingers crossed Warframe is good melee combat. But, I mean, we know basically nothing about it so far, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I hear this up here. Let me grab you. Yoink.
I bet you can recite your anti-logarithmic tables up to 7.
Hello, Longshot. How you doing today? Dealt with. What's going on there? Oh, that's just been weird. UI glitch. I was wondering where my stacks were on my Foreman, but it's just a UI glitch. It's all good. They did confirm their intent is Warframe to be gunplay focused, Soulframe is soulplay focused. Fair enough. Fair enough. With the way that melee is in Warframe, all of it is basically just be in range, press E often enough that your combos happen. DPS occurs. That doesn't engage me. That doesn't engage me. That guy really gone below the floor. God dang it. There's he at. There's he at. Oh. More time you spend in game, less you enjoy melee. I don't believe that's just a thing overall. It's all down to personal preference. Some people like the way it is. My concern when it comes to the melee systems we're going to be getting, we're going to have to see how it comes out. Again, don't judge an update until it's arrived. But my concern is how engaged with the enemy are we going to be? Is it going to feel like the enemy are sitting back and letting us win? Because from the snippet we saw, it did have a feeling of that. I'm concerned. Again, we'll see how it comes out. It's just I do see an element of concern there. And again, as someone who is not a huge fan of melee in general, and the way it is in this game, that We'll see. We'll see. All I can fairly say on that. We shall see. And hope for the best. I wonder if part of the issue with melee is the effectiveness of it compared to guns, as well as the simplicity of it, because if melee becomes very effective, then the simplicity of it means it's also just ridiculously overpowered, as you just walk into a group and go, and that's it, they're dead. But then, if it's not very effective, then certainly in higher level missions where you need it to be effective, otherwise you just don't win, like survival, then you kind of stuck going, well, this is a bit shit, isn't it? Are we talking Soulframe and Deviri? Deviri. I'm not talking Soulframe at all, quite frankly. Others in the chat might be, but I'm not. Because we know basically nothing about it. We know that Soulframe is a game they are working on. We know that they are trying to turn it into a full game. That they are currently borrowing some assets here and there to showcase the fact that they are working. I still think the whole... Oh, balls! I did not mean to roll! No. Right, sod it. I don't want the angel anymore. Do it. I didn't mean to tap the roll key. I was trying to sprint, not roll. Oh, I can't be bothered. I don't want to try and figure out my way back. I'm just going to go. Rip.
Very good.
But yeah, Soulframe, I don't know. And frankly, I don't care to try and decide whether it was a good idea or not for them to announce it and show off gameplay. Maybe they could have got away with just saying, hey, we've got some people going over to another team. They are working on an as yet unreleased game. Unannounced, all of that lot. So, sure, you know where they're going, but we're not telling you details. They could have done that. They instead showed off Soulframe, said, hey, this is what we're working on. Here is basically a cinematic piece. And we'll see from there. It is unusual to announce a game that early. They said so themselves. They were only really announcing it because they wanted to explain where these higher-ups in the company were going. So, until there is an actual game to talk about, rather than a concept, I will sit back away from it. Because otherwise we're talking about basically nothing, let's be honest now. You'd have an easier time talking about the mythos behind No Man's Sky than you would Soulframe at this point in time. He's always been a very open. Yeah. For better or for worse, in various instances, yeah. Make of that what you will. It does lead to every 30 minutes, someone somewhere goes, yeah, but what about Soulframe? As if it's a released game. And it's like, how much do you want to talk about? A basically glorified cinematic? Yeah. It don't connect me. Just guide me to the thing that I give to, what's her face up there, please, kid? Because I know it's nearby, I just can't be bothered to figure out where. In here? Thank you. Where's the door panel? That's not the thing I was looking for. I wondered why I couldn't hear it. God damn it, kid. At least it's a good one, but god damn it. Actually, she's all the way back here anyway. Where is it? It's probably going to be over here, isn't it? Is it here? Not in here. Is it over here? It is over here. Okay, it was right at the start. There it is. Z-Train on a highlighted message saying, I think there's a lot of judgment against Soulframe since they did a gameplay reveal demo during dev stream, which bugs me because it's very in development, yet people instantly cast their judgments on it. DE chose to share.
That I cannot have a favorite student.
Unfortunately, your general population, certainly the louder portions of your general population, are not entirely rational actors. If you don't want criticism on something that is entirely in development, don't show it. We know that Warframe is at a ridiculously early stage. But they've shown it. Showing it for a second time after the initial TennoCon information is a surprise to me, again, because it's really early. I don't tell you guys about videos that I'm working on when they are just in the concept stage or just in the earliest of research stage. Unless a video is days away at most, if not already in the second half of full production, it just doesn't really come up. If I have an idea for a video that is actually just a complete throwaway, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't, you guys pretty much don't hear about those ones. And there's plenty of them. Hell, even stuff I am sure I'm bringing out, I don't talk about much a lot of the time. Because you get it as you get it. Not going to change. You know. You think the review is going to be similar to what Warframe will like? That's an assumption. You said it yourself, you think it, but all we have is, hey, here is a person who prefers to use a sword, and here is a person who prefers to use a sword. It is reasonable to believe that there could be some connection between that, but we have nothing really to go on. We have nothing to go on besides the cinematic. Doesn't really give us a lot to sink our teeth into. Even with the red crits, gas is not good. Glaive! Just the pace of them both? The pace of the game that hasn't been released. At the risk of sounding utterly facetious at this point, the pace of the game and the pace of the mode that has yet to be released. That's the pace we're talking about. Just so we're clear on that. Oh, come on, I don't run out of energy there. There we are. How do I come up with so many ideas for videos? By the sounds of it, it seems like I have a lot. Because Warframe's got a lot going on. Have a look at the gaps in the catalogue, for example, Cosmo. That's a starting point. Then there's the suggestion channel where people post up ideas, things they'd like to see. There's the things I encounter in Warframe and go, you know what, this could be worth talking about. Pretty much that. That's the process. What's worth talking about that'll interest a large enough chunk of the Warframe viewer base? There's a video. Alpha Delta saying, I feel like Warframe may be good if DE can... Oh, let me just pop this. If DE can learn from Warframe systems. They may not track over, but still useful. Also, people's attitude after the demo is very GTA 6-like. I'm not sure how you mean on that. An issue with showing is obvious, but understand the desire. It's double-edged sword. I think DE played the cards too early. Like I say, I can't make a judgment on that, whether it was too early or not, to explain where the team was going. I can understand if they said, yeah, so all these people are leaving to work on a different game entirely, could lead to claims or concerns of, oh, is Warframe dying, it's losing all this top talent, yada yada. So revealing where they're going and why can potentially mitigate that kind of panic. But the double the double reveal, the second follow through of, hey, things are still really early, but here's some video footage of the stuff we're working on, again, still feels weird to me. It does still feel weird. In my opinion, is the form worth investing in since people are guessing a Prime version will come with Wisp Prime? At this stage, invest in the form in terms of the mods, sure. In terms of the former, it depends on how much you got former going around. Like, former isn't exactly hard to acquire. It's just that if you're not constantly building it, you will end up spending platinum to purchase packs of former. But even then, 3 former in a single pack for, what was it, 35 platinum? It's not exactly overbearing. It depends on, do you want the Foreman now, or wait for the Foreman Prime? With no guarantee as to how much better, or potentially worse, the Foreman Prime will be. I don't expect it'll be worse, but we have no information about it. So it's really a matter of what do you want, when do you want it, and what are you willing to invest to do so. Very butted there slightly. Ray saying I'm at fault for the self-inaccuracy video, possibly a specs video, the beast it is. Wonder what other things I can suggest to give Ken headaches. Please don't, Ray. Suggesting things just to give you a headache is a dick move. Wasn't it? It is kind of bonkers just how much in Warframe is, to put it gently, confusing as all hell. It's kind of bonkers how much there is of that. Is Wisp confirmed the next Prime frame? She is not. No, she's not confirmed. We do not know what the next Prime will be yet. We have our serious suspicions, but no confirmation. I really don't know how people struggle with Enchanted Lanthorns. I don't... Yeah, I've only got a mod trap chance booster, for all the good that I did on the end, though. I don't see how people struggle with Enchanted Lanthorns, honestly. I don't get it. Are you guys just not looting the mission in a looter-shooter? Yeah. Chris saying, finished my very first Sister Apart boss today. Received the Tenet Flux Arrival with 56% electricity bonus. Nice! I just realised I'm being an absolute muppet. I'm on Zeneric this entire time. I don't need more Zeneric's focus. I need Vazarin. Whoops. I have definitely not gone too much focus into Zeneric there today. Let's switch that around real quick. It will make me probably even slower at killing the Angel, unfortunately. Zeneric on levels? I just leave things on Zeneric by default a lot of the time anyway, yeah. Zeneric or Nairo, whatever. I don't focus enough on the operator to care that much. But here it matters for actually what operator gains. And immolate. There we are, another Enchanted Lanthorn. I literally just grabbed one. I really... Anyone who struggles with these, I just wonder what they're doing. I'll be quite honest. How they playing the game? That would be a starting point. I hear the thing, where is it?
Keep fighting. I'm loving this.
Where is it? It's probably below me, isn't it? Probably right in here. There it is. Got it. Wondering if Carbo will try Warframe? I doubt it, Ray. I doubt it.
Who knows? Maybe someday.
Based on the games that they have showcased, I doubt they'll become Warframe focused with their creations. Oh, and your Lanthorns less yet. No, I don't think that's it. I don't think they're spiting people in that way. Does the Accolade always give it a quill? Yes. Yeah, turning in the Accolade to, oh, I almost called her Marilena. No, she's not that. Malika. You can see how that got crossed in my head. But yeah, turning in the Accolade will always give you the Void Doom Quill, absolutely. Moon saying they might be using single target weapons to kill enemies, which means they don't break containers inside AoE, something like Glade Prime. Yeah, I mean, I am using multiple AoE crate breakers here. I've got Carrier, which is Looter, so that's just popping crates by the by. I've got Glade Prime, I've got my dashes, all of which pops crates. The dash also makes this guy really slow, that was silly. There we are. Yeah, if you're not breaking crates, then obviously that's going to impact your loot. I just dash into a room there, boom, grab it all. Another reason that Lavos is good, Lavos improves your loot. Hey, waiting for the Thorax Ghost? Yeah. And especially when they get cold procced and it extends the invulnerability of the animation. It's like, oh, God. Here we go. Gotta wait for the ghost to become a full ghost before we can do the void magic on him. Yeah. It's a thing. Not really. When it comes to Uncharted Lanthorns, the same approach that comes to farming Argon Crystals stands. Kill enemies, loot the area. That easy. If you can farm Argon Crystals, you can farm Lanthorns. And you can do it more passively by just working with the system. Yes, AoE is king in this game. That's been a known fact for a very long time. Racing, I remember D saying they are having the Divinity Paradox running in parallel with the main story of the game, so new players will have access to both. Yeah. Yeah, they said new players will have access to choose which way they start. How they'll run things exactly, we don't know the details because it's not been released. The devil is in the details, and that only comes when the game has actually been updated. Because with D, everything is subject to change even after release. Lord, do I know that with my videos. Argon Crystals seem harder to farm for you. Argon Crystals, I think, probably are slightly rarer than Lanthorns. Maybe? Actually, no, I take that back, no. No, they're about the same rarity. I'd say they're about the same rarity. Maybe the rooms that you typically go through are bigger, or on the Void, or the ones which have the big old loot rooms you're just less likely to engage with, whereas the loot here does seem to be a bit more just evenly distributed through normal tiles. Maybe that can affect it. Yeah, another Lanthorn. Also, that's saying that there is a quill I can receive if I find the thing. Can I hear the thing? Is it here? Nope. Ah. Over here. In there. Get in there, I need to shoot the door console. There we are. Yoink. It is intriguing with the Divinity starting point. I get it absolutely from a business perspective. If you're advertising to new players, hey, look at this great update we've got. By the way, it'll take you 50 hours to even be able to attempt it. That's going to put a lot of people off. So if they go, hey, we got this big old update, you can play it straight away with a brand new account, people go, ooh, let me try that out then. I can absolutely see that. I do wonder how the story of it's all going to come together, and the connection with the rest of Warframe. Like, Is it going to be the story is eternalism and the guy steps through... Oh, hey, a second Indrathi. Nice. Is the connection to Warframe and Warframes and now all the rest of our gear going to be, well, you can use that skin, and you can use that firing mode, but we'll have to see. Again, we have basically none of the details. It really makes it tough to talk about. Everyone wants to talk about it, we don't know. 50 seems a little low. It probably is a little bit low. In fact, let me have a look. Hold on. I have the survey. Engineers, Warframe Progress and Inventory Survey. Let me have a look here. Because I asked the question, have you completed the new war? So, if I bring up that there, sorted by mastery rank, at what point do people start saying they have completed it? So we got completions at 200 hours, 329 hours, 165... 118, 155, 83, 177. This is all the really low ranks. Really early at 60. So yeah, 50 is a bit on the low side there. Quite a bit on the low side. It is looking like minimum 60 if you're pushing for it. Probably more like 100 hours. 80 to 100 hours, isn't it? Yeah. Get a lot of mileage out of the survey. I asked careful questions to get useful information from it. Yeah. You can't even beat the new war. Enemies keep glitching. If you have any constant bug which is stopping you from actually completing something in the game, make sure you do report it on the bug forums. Otherwise, it will never get fixed. Make sure you do report it with as much detail as you can provide as to how it keeps breaking for you. Alright, don't want to make any change to equipment. Yeah, what? Yes. Let's switch up the weaponry a little bit here. Let's switch to the... Or is it Amprex? Because I like using the Amprex. And let's switch to another laser beam, the Observe. Because why not? If you reported a bug, that's absolutely fine then, my dude. If you've already reported it, then it's reported. Unless you got any further information to add for it, it's just a case of he will fix it when they know how to and have the time to. Things that effect.
Show them they don't belong in our home.
Ah. There is a bad guy. Ah, there he is. I knew there was another one there. I just couldn't quite see him. Is that vehicle's gaze? Yeah. Yeah, a number of my kit guns are synonym names. So I have the Observe, I have the Crypt Digit, I have the Grab Satellite, and then what was the other one? Oh yeah, and Shake Innards. They're all synonym names, those ones. The secondaries of the original kit guns. Zagara's Gift. Zagara's Gift is one of the infested ones. That's a different naming convention. The infested ones, I went for all StarCraft references. Into game? Sure, why not? Why not? 10,000 affinity from that one. I will take that. Hey, let's wake up this guy. Or get out. Either or. I don't know.
That's a void angel. Make it. Best be ready.
Hilarious if DE added a new sword called the Orphan Obliterator. Made a frame representing the Legend of No Dies. I have no idea what you're referencing there, Brother Queen. Literally no idea. Well. Nope. Okay, it got me. Is it me or is it taking like... Oh, I should have hit it with the blade before the Amprex. The slash was taken up by the Amprex. That was my bad. Build fail. 1 orb, 2 orbs. It's so bright. Good double kill. Dodge out of the way of whatever that was. There we go. Grab the orb, pop down. Buff, 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 buff. Burning my energy down so it just quickly dies. How do I feel about angels as a void buff? As a field boss, sorry. They're alright. They are alright. They are interesting. The status limitation on them is a bit rough at times. It does seem like it tries to cut out certain builds. That's the same with a lot of bosses. Just like, yep, no. You want to say this build? Tough. But aside from that, they're alright. I would say that they do highlight a certain weakness in the different focus schools. I don't know if that's intended to give you a challenge by using a different focus school. But otherwise, when you compare, say, Madurai versus Zenrik versus Vazarin, you notice a significant difference in your ability to actually fight the angels. Significant difference. Oh yeah, did I not actually pick that up? Oops. My bad. Too busy thinking about other things. My bad. But yeah, killing the angel, you don't need extra defense. Even as a solo operator on the steel path, you don't need extra defense. You don't have a use for extra defense. And so, Vazarin just doesn't really have a place. Naramon, you don't need to be dashing around, so that doesn't have a help. Anairu, you can't zap the shields or armor of it, and you can't use your Warframe, so the whole transference back thing doesn't apply. So, it basically comes down to Zenrik can give you energy back faster if you haven't immediately killed the angel, and Madurai goes, you didn't immediately kill the angel? What are you, bad at the game? Because with that you just should. It's an odd one. Here on Trying Sound, notice crazy, but I'm rank 22, over 3,300 hours, no new war. To each their own. You're not the only one here who's just decided now on quests. It's an odd choice, I will say. It is quite the odd choice, but that's your call. You don't want it, you don't want to. It gives you crit damage when hopping out. Was that an Nairu? I thought a Nairu... No, a Nairu gives you knockdown resistance. I think it's that way around. Yeah, Madurai. Madurai has everything damage focused. And that would be fine if going full damage meant you were glass cannon. But it doesn't feel that way for Madurai. It doesn't feel like it is threatened by focusing so heavily into offense, and therefore it just becomes the right answer, doesn't it? The only counter to that is that if you use Madurai, the only focus you're going to gain from the angels and from the Thrax is Madurai itself. Again, an interesting design choice. Outside of the angels, there is more flexibility. Naramon is still a bit crap, but also a bit required for melee builds that don't have serious combo duration. Zenrik is the casting school, just always has been. Anairu has its place as a defense stripper, and it does a good job of that, although how much it's required for that job, it depends on how active you want to be. Vazarin struggles. Because basically, if you're relying on Vazarin to help you out, the rest of your build is either tailored for exactly that, or probably just not up to scratch. You can use the Vazarin dashes for immortality constantly. That's a very active playstyle. You can do that. Make of it what you will. Predator Queen, cheers. You tired and want to sleep, but also want to watch the content? Well, Predator Queen, you can always catch the rest of it on the replay. Because the VODs are on Twitch for 14 days. They also move over to YouTube within a couple of days of being streamed. So you can check them out there. Sleep is a good idea. Saying as someone who did not get enough sleep last night, thanks to my cat, sleep is a good idea. If you miss out on sleep, it doesn't just affect you the next day. It can affect you for multiple days on the trot. Enough sleep is a necessary thing. It makes you wiser, it makes you more alert, it makes you quick to react, it makes you a more positive person. It means that if you are working out, your exercise is more effective for you. There are so many positives to sleep, and the negatives basically come down to, but I'm not done with the day. There's always tomorrow. There is always tomorrow. Make tomorrow worth sleeping for. Sleep properly. Cat was hungry priorities? Yeah. When cat appearance on stream, cat cam even, my cat, for a while, did used to just curl up in a box that I had just discarded to the side and thrown out because she liked it. The moment I thought of putting together a cat cam so we could have that second thing there for when she's in the box, she never went in the box again. I spent a little bit of time looking around seeing if I had a spare webcam somewhere. She figured it out and that's it. No. Never went in the box again. I tried tempting her in with treats, with catnip. Nope, she wasn't having any of it. My cat does not like to be on camera. In fact, we only have 2 instances ever of successfully recording her meowing. She dislikes being recorded that much. We don't know how she understands it's a thing, but she does. 2 instances ever, one of which happened whilst I was recording for a video, so y'all get to enjoy that. How does one deal with fear of spending half your life just sleeping? I mean, it's not half your life for most people. If it is 12 hours and you've spoken to your doctor and it's just how it is for you, then it's just how it is for you. Don't think of it as spending half your life sleeping. You just need that sleep to access your life. Some people need less sleep to be able to fully access life, some people need more. That's just how it be. Let's face it. In however many years from now, preferably quite a few decades, maybe get on towards a century, that would be great. But in however long from now, I'm going to be sleeping 24 hours a day, every day, permanently. And there's no guarantee I'll be dreaming. So the time that you get awake now is certainly a benefit over that. Take what you got. And make it good. Good sleep makes for good life. Cannot stress that enough. Too many people, myself included, don't give enough priority to sleep, and it has a negative impact. Don't let that happen. Life's better when you sleep properly. And yeah, it's not something that'll work for you overnight. Pretty quick, alright, I get this question a lot, I'll ask you. Are cats liquid? I only got 3 minutes sleep, the Moddy Buzz doesn't allow me to. My condolences on the difficulty sleeping there, Predator Queen. I hope that wherever you are in the world, there are facilities to help you with that. As for are cats liquid? No. Cats are extremely flexible, but they are not liquid. They do not meet the criteria of liquid beyond a misinterpretation of what you were taught in science class at school. Alvardel's saying, sat mocks with about 4 hours a night. I'm paying because everyone expects too much of me. I mean, when we're younger, like in our teens and early 20s, we can handle lower amounts of sleep. It doesn't mean that's a good idea. It means that you could handle it. In much the same way as people can handle various large amounts of alcohol, or people can handle eating junk food. Sure, you can handle it, but it would be better if you didn't. Where you are able to do so, you'll probably find it's better if you didn't. Certainly those who struggle with sleep would be likely envious of those who can, and likely, I imagine, a little bit annoyed at those who are throwing away such an easy opportunity to feel better. That's liquid proof otherwise. Z-Train, prove the liquid. You're the one making the claim, please back it up. Bring your evidence to bear, then we'll have to look at it. That's not got any stacks on it, so I'm going to do much. They were saying, watch me go to sleep before stream ends and fail to actually fall asleep before like 2 AM. I mean, that comes down to just what your body and your whole process is used to. There's various self-help guides to advise around that if you are indeed struggling. I swear it looks like the slash from the Amprex just overrode the slash from the glaive there. Is that what just happened? Oh my god, what? I got trocard and hit by the angel at the same time. Right, if I do that and then hit with glaive, does that kill faster? It does, that is a lot faster. I would love to research that, but you can't bring up Void Angels in Simulacrum, which makes testing very difficult. I think I got both of them. There we go. Yeah, we paint it for the slash procs and for the viral procs and then hit it with a slash. Yeah, that does seem to be a lot more effective, doesn't it? Spam that. Well, I can't single dash this one. There we are. Need to drain the energy to get the most out of the weapon. But that works. Okay, so let's try the other way around now. If I go glaive, glaive, and then switch to using the Amprex for shooting, yeah, that damage has gone right the way down. So the most recent slash procs are the ones which take effect. If you apply a slash proc with a weaker weapon after the strong slash procs are there, it's pushing it out. Interesting. Very interesting. I didn't actually know that. I didn't actually know that was a thing. I guess it makes sense. It's just one of the ways it could have been implemented. It's not like any physical law that it has to be one way or another of implementation. I would have rathered the strongest procs are the ones that take effect, but that's not how it works. Could it be the stack limiter is forcing the old stacks off to keep the stack limit at 4? Well, that's clearly what's happening. Yeah, Ray. There's a limit of 4 procs, and it's choosing the most recent procs. As opposed to the first applied procs, or choosing the strongest proc, it just chooses most recent and calls it a day. I guess that ensures you always get 6-second duration from the most recently applied proc, unless otherwise overridden. But at the same time, that just makes it a bit weird with the interactions with weak and strong slash procs. Alright, Ladybug, you have yourself a good rest there. We'll catch you around when you're a bit more awake. When you got the time to. Or at the very least, you got the replays. Oh, stream stuttering. Things are showing fine my side at the moment. Things are showing fine my side. Hopefully Twitch isn't having an issue itself. Your stream is having issues too? Curious. It was about 5 seconds it stopped? Okay. Happening again. Okay, well my gameplay is absolutely smooth. Hold on, let's pause up a sec here. Oh no, things have just gone bad on my end. It's now reporting bad. What's going on here? No, 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 no. Hang on. Why is... Whoa, 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 whoa. It's suddenly dropping a... Right. Something's gone wrong all of a sudden on my side. Let me have a look into this. Jesus, it just jumped up to 10,000 KBS. This is not what's supposed to be happening here. Is there something running suddenly that my computer decided to be a dick about? No. Nothing running in the background that shouldn't be. Internet kind of resolution? No, I checked and made sure that I set the limit on the KBS to be fine. But yeah, my program's showing a stability report. It's dropping frames like crazy at the moment. And I can't see any reason why. Okay, it stopped. So far, it's gone back to not dropping frames. Should be good now. Yeah, if you got a delay on messages popping up, that's not my side. That's Twitch's own delay. Every time it just struggles a bit. Every now and then there's little bits that get wrong. So for that, all you can do is refresh the stream. There's no way to refresh chat without refreshing stream. You can just... Well, yeah, because it's the visual side. You just have to refresh the stream. But yeah, I don't know what was happening there. My computer must have had some process going on somewhere that it didn't want to tell me about, but... That was weird. We'll keep an eye on that. Sorry about that, guys. Let's switch us back over to the actual gameplay. That would help. There we are. What happened? Stability. Or lack thereof. If you missed it, you missed nothing, Chalk. That's all. This works when it wants to work, let me see. Right, yeah. Except in Twitch's case, it's got plenty of money to try and find solutions. Yeah, just saying, Twitch. Just saying. I mean, to be fair, everything technological these days seems to be held together by duct tape. Everything is just riding on a prayer. From Warframe technical difficulties, to Twitch technical difficulties, to just printers being printers since the dawn of time, or since they were made. All technology seems to be just held together by prayer. All of it. Why are there two Trocar spears, and where is the spear? Where is the spear? I can see that one. There it is. How annoying. Alphadel's saying back to normalcy, but either way, I can make more use of formal waking hours and formal sleeping hours. Get the feeling better, which people really bear from that. No, seriously, Alpha Delta. I'm not even joking around here. The difference is astronomical. It really is. If you are sleep deprived, and this goes out to everyone, if you are sleep deprived, the effects of that can be, can even exceed the effects of being inebriated. in terms of its effect on your reaction speed, in terms of its effect on your emotional stability, in terms of its effect on your ability to retain information, to take in new stuff and learn, in terms of its effect on your ability to analyze and process what's going on around you. The effects are compound. It has effects on a physiological scale. The amount of repair that your body is or isn't able to do to itself, because we are evolved to have that clean-up cycle. So sure, yeah, you get an extra 4 hours if you choose not to sleep 4 of the 8 hours you should be sleeping. 8 hours in the extreme, 7.5 is, I'd say, the sweet point beyond which you get diminishing returns. 9 hours is usually going to be the higher end for most people. Also, Cosmos, which you have music now. If you're getting less than 6 hours, then you're in a bad spot. If you get between 6 and 7 hours, you're in a passable spot. We did have a discussion about this previously on stream. Someone linked to the actual scientific articles looking into this, which said, look, getting 6 hours is really not enough. Especially when a lot of people will measure their sleep from the moment they try to go to bed, which is not exactly when you properly rest. Sleep's an organic defrag? That's one way of looking at it, yeah. That's fine, Moon. Yeah. If any of you are holding out to see if you win the raffle, this is part of why I do the raffle the way I do. I don't force you to wait to the end of the stream. If you need to go away to literally sleep, please go sleep. Subscribe to the channel first because you love the channel, and then go sleep. Because I will contact the winner here on Twitch for the Platinum raffle. And that means that you just need to check it tomorrow when you wake up. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. I would rather see my viewer count go down and know that you guys are doing better than to have you struggling along for a chance at seeing your name pop up for the Platinum prize. That doesn't sound like a good trade to me. That doesn't sound like a good trade. Look after yourselves. And then, when you get rich and famous for having looked after yourselves and becoming the best version of you you can be, remember who encouraged you to do that and subscribe. I think that's a fair trade.
These Grineer grunts are hunting for Kuba.
Let's continue to work our way through these Grineer here, shall we? After I say, which people benefit? I only gave the benefits to me. Okay, Alpha Delta, please frame your question in a way that isn't very vague and large in scope then. I've given you benefits already that you will receive by sleeping properly rather than not sleeping properly. If you would like more convincing of that, you're going to need a better question. And if you need to sleep more to think of a better question, go ahead and do so. If you've listened to all the benefits I've given so far of sleeping and all the detriments of not sleeping properly and gone, I need more reason, frame your question better, and I'll be able to do that for you. And there have been studies showing that sometimes resting, putting yourself in a position to attempt to sleep, just not focusing on the world, still has partial benefits similar to full sleep. Not as good as, but still the partial benefits. Effectively, your body gives you partial credit for showing you're working, attempting to sleep, even if you don't get to the answer of actually falling asleep. Alright, let's take... did I miss anything in this room? I just feel like I've not looked this room over properly. Am I missing something in here? Nope. Just me be paranoid about missing something hidden in the murk. Alpha Delta saying, I do not fall into people for reasons meant more who else. Okay, again, Alpha Delta, your question is incomplete. If I have to come away from what I'm doing here to figure out your question, you are asking the question wrong. You're in a Twitch chat, I can't go scrolling. Well, I can, but I'm not going to scroll through the last however many messages you've made to try and decipher what your question was supposed to be. Just type it out, please. Otherwise, you're going to have to accept that what I've said is true and factual and fair. Operator mode, go! Okay, we've nothing to strip attacks the enemies. This is nowhere near effective. Think everyone here has sleep problems? Probably. Gamers have a tendency to not look after themselves too well. It's a thing. Oh wow, that that was suddenly dramatic. Crowd control right there. What is happening to my shot? That's looking wrong. I'm not seeing enough damage markers there. Is this shield blocking my damage? Oh, that was pathetic. Maybe they're just strong against Operator. To double that then. Why is there a weird cloud around my Operator? That's a Vazarin's protective shield. You can see it's also on my Warframe here. No one uses it because it's crap. I was using it just to activate my arcanes. Who, apart from yourself, as Self Delta, benefits from Alpha Delta as an individual getting more sleep? You dislike doing something which will only benefit me or benefits others very little. Okay, Alpha Delta. Somehow you missed the bit about the impact it has on your reactions, emotional control, being a safer driver and all that lot. So let me reiterate first of all, your emotional control, your reactions, your ability to be a better driver and otherwise self-regulate in a more coherent manner. You'll be better in terms of how you operate at work or at school, whichever you're doing as a professional capacity. By making it where you are able to process things more quickly, you'll be more productive and more helpful to those around you in what it is that you do, assuming you do something productive with your life. Oh, this time the angel decides to be over here. Oops, I just yeeted myself out of the zone. Just charge that. If you can't see how you being a more effective, more well-adjusted person would benefit those around you, I'm not sure what to tell you other than sleep on it and you'll figure it out. Also, to spin it on itself, Alpha Delta, how would sleeping in benefiting you harm others? How would it be a bad thing for anyone? Because if it's not a bad thing for anyone else, and is a total positive for you, such that the only thing that comes out of it is a positive, how can that be arguable? How can it be arguable if everything you get from it is either positive or null effect? Sleep is essential. Good sleep is essential. This is well documented scientifically. I know for a fact that when I've not had enough sleep, I am more on edge to negative situations or things I perceive as negative. I know that when I've not had enough sleep, I will react more harshly to others. I will have less patience with others when they make mistakes or when they overstep boundaries that I may not have even clearly communicated due, again, to being tired. I know that my ability to focus is impeded, which can make it harder for people to learn from me when I'm attempting to teach people stuff. this is all negative effects on other people. This can lead to me making mistakes in video through just simple oversights, which can lead people down a suboptimal or even incorrect route entirely. And given the amount of time that it takes to put videos together, that's not something that can be easily rectified. It's not like a web page where I can just go, whoop, let me just fix that bit on the wiki real quickly. It's a video. Videos are a little bit more solid. And that's just from my perspective. I'd like to imagine that whatever you do through your day-to-day stuff, and this goes to everyone, I'd like to imagine that what you do has some bearing on someone else other than yourself, to such a point that you'd want to do it well. And whatever benefits you can give to yourself to that, the better, right? Wonder if the Eidolon Hunt stream was a day Ken didn't get enough sleep? Correct. I know you're joking on that. No, it's truthful. Because it leads to poorer judgments and poorer emotional control, that led to that particular stream. Poorer judgment of, hey, fuck it, why not, let's just do this, and then poorer control of how frustrated it made me. Yeah. Now, is this a discussion? Because people are discussing it. Hey, it's one of the tamer discussions that could be had where people disagree. Where if one person's armed with the scientific consensus, the other person's armed with, yeah, but how does it help anyone? I don't like Eidolons, Cafe. I don't like Eidolons. Hello, Lisa. How you doing? Chris saying get roughly 3 to 4 hours of sleep, then take a 1 to 2 hour nap during the day. Okay. I'll be honest, that's a sleep pattern I'm not familiar with. That would add up to at most 6 hours of sleep, but you'll be averaging closer to 5 hours of sleep there. Not sure if that's really the most healthy approach. But again, I'm not your medical practitioner, I'm not your doctor, they'll be the ones to speak to on that. All discussions are worth being discussed. I have someone here, someone who is a regular of the channel, who apparently needs convincing that a good amount of sleep is a good thing for them and those around them. And that can also inform others who are considering whether or not it's worth sticking up just to watch the Kengineer do the funny on a stream. Isn't 8 like the one that's recommended for an average adult human? Yeah, 7 to 8 hours of sleep is a solid spot. If you sleep up to 9 hours, still fine. Over 9 hours is unusual. Maybe worth checking if you have concerns about it. Only if that is your average. If you have a one-off night of 10, 11, even 12 hours of sleep, don't worry about it. That happens. If you have it on a regular of 12 hours sleep, maybe worth speaking to a doctor, medical practitioner who can look into that for you if you have a concern. If you are sleeping under 7 hours, that can have an impact on you. Certainly if you're sleeping under 6 hours a night on average, that almost certainly will have an impact on you. Are we about to sleep again? We're still on the same kind of topic, but yeah. Yeah, Raptor, we did have the studies posted the last time this came up, absolutely. You read that humans actually evolved to have a partially biphasic sleep cycle. There are studies that claim all kinds of different bits and pieces here or there on that. In terms of the whole, did they evolve for this, didn't they evolve for this? And it actually can be more kind of societal rather than evolution basis. It's kind of hard to separate human evolution from human society, as how we interact with others around us and what we turn into our normal has such a huge impact. Part of human adaptability is that what we live is what we are able to live. Just like how people who are typically used to a human climate handle it far better than people who aren't. It's still human biology. It's just what one has become used to. That's human adaptation for you. Sentience ain't got nothing on that. Humans are remarkable in their ability to just take what's given to them. Unfortunately, this means it can also lead to your mind and body becoming complacent or becoming jaded, perhaps, by how things could be better, but you're used to what's not better. That can be a tough cycle to break. Sleepers and Dime Bag? Yeah. Dreamsteed saying, hey Ken, picks the femur out of the oven earlier today and your video was a great primer. Thank you. Right, welcome my dude. Glad it worked out there for you. Oh hey, he was just stood around the corner doing not a lot. Take a beam to the face, thank you very much, good night. That was slow because no stacks on the gun. Now we got stacks, it's a little bit less slow. Yeah, you can see the difference once those stacks kick in, can't you? Very much more effective there. Did I miss enemies back this way? God dang it. At least they're not too far away. Yeah. Is there an angel up here? I do not see them. Thanks. Okay, there is a Thrax up here. I'll just deal with that one real quickly. Oh, that is a veritable essay. Alpha Delta saying, apologies, I was temporarily indisposed. To answer, I don't interact. My emotions are never visible by my own design. Well, they are there. I cannot drive. Fair enough. I'm not worth the extra time. Others are. I'm sorry, I don't follow. My actions will have little benefits. My work has little mental toll, but not sleepy. I can do more to make someone else's time more efficient. Extra for endure has no value compared to the time it earns others. I don't agree, Alpha Delta. I sincerely don't agree. However, you seem quite resolute. You've heard of all our reasons, you've heard of our opinions, you've heard how we've given all the positives and negatives there so involved. You've come back with you disagree. You believe that you are unimportant enough and unimpactful enough to warrant having enough sleep to do what it is you do. I can't argue that because I don't know your life, I don't know your details to narrow down to the gritty of it and why you feel that way about yourself. I would say it's a concerning approach to weigh oneself, one's place in the world and society low enough that reasonable sleep can be just discarded, so that would concern me. But I see that we have reached a limit as to where I can give you any point of reason or discussion on that. Your entire return is, I see all the positives you offer, I don't think they'll apply to me. I leave you with that, Alpha Delta. If you can see absolutely no benefit to yourself or others around you, then there is absolutely nothing I can say to change that. Because, refer to original point, you see absolutely no benefit. Thus ends that entirely. For those else who may feel that way, fully assess your situation. I would find that that is going to be inaccurate in almost every single case. Almost everyone, if not everyone, would find that they will be in a better position for having had proper sleep. Every attempt you can make towards that would be worth it. Every reasonable attempt, I would say. Obviously, if you're in a situation where you've got a newborn kid, they're impacting your sleep. Reasonable actions towards improving your sleep are accepted. Killing your kid so you can sleep, not accepted. You know, there are certain very obvious lines to be drawn. I hope that is clear. I just disagree with Alpha Delta's conclusion. Major frame drops, might be having them again. My computer was playing up earlier. It does look like the issue may have come back again, yeah. Let me just see. And should be stable again. Don't know what's happening. My computer's been throwing a wobbly today. Over the course of the stream, I've had a 0.7% drop rate of frames, which is normally nowhere near that figure. There have been some stability issues today with the stream. I do apologize for that, sorry. I have no idea what's causing it, unfortunately. But if it persists, I will look into it further. Yeah, just intermittently my computer decided, nah, I'm gonna be a dick now. I should say, its whole point is sacrificing in order to make others be more efficient, but if they want to optimize their lives to be as efficient as possible, there'll be no need to be selfless in order for everyone to be co-efficient as possible. At this point, Etrid, it's not about discussion here. It was discussion, but Alpha Delta just put a pin in that discussion, and I'm acknowledging and agreeing to put a pin in it as well. Because they saw all of our points, and they looked at their own life, they went, nah, I don't see it working. There's nothing more to say to that one. I still intuitively disagree. But as the only points that can be given by Alpha Delta at this point are, no, I am too low value for it to be worthwhile me sleeping, there's nothing left for me to try and counter that one. That is something for Alpha Delta and those they choose to share that concern with to work through. No, Cosmo. No. It's not something to do with the 1080p thing. Because most streams don't have this issue. We certainly didn't have this issue, not yesterday, on Friday with the Elite Dangerous stream. So it's something else. Alright, I do have a request here from Cafe Filter, a Gyre build with the new augment, or Gyre build with the augment. Alright, do I have that augment is the first question, I suppose. Gyre. That's why I'm trying to move on from it, Z-Train, rather than have more people try to convince Alpha Delta of the same. I've said my point. Alpha Delta said theirs. We would like to move on from that. So you know what, actually I'm going to put a solid pin in it now. Further discussion on that topic can quietly go to DMs if you need to speak to a specific person. If that specific person is me, you are welcome to DM me if you are struggling with this particular concern. Otherwise, pin in it, I will time out otherwise. I think we're about good there. Alright, what was the new one again? Was it Cathode Current? Cathode Grace, eliminating enemy with Cathode Grace, active, will release an additional discharge from a swell, and extended duration by the same amount. Yeah, that is a new one. That is the new one there. Okey-dokey, so. Get an additional discharge from Rotor Swell. So yeah, Rotor Swell pops out damage. Cool. Main thing is maintaining the timer on it. So we'll see how that works out for us. This otherwise relatively standard approach I've just got saved apparently. I do have additional 7 capacity here, but I don't know if there's anything I want to use that on rather than just have the starting energy. So I'm going to go with that instead. And because it's Gyre, Zederic, just to make certain I actually have the energy support in the worst case scenario. Let's give it a whirl. I've not hugely connected with Gyre overall. I feel that Gyre's got a strong reliance on defined as a crowd control and then doesn't really want to use, doesn't really have the environment to use them in properly a lot of the time. But here we can probably get some good stuff going. Now this is just normal mode, so obviously it's kind of going to demolish that a little bit harder. And here you can see it does well enough. We're just kind of brute forcing through the enemies. This one I can do nothing about for a while, and then he's going to come back with Overguard. So again, I can't control him, so I just have to burn him down. Being normal mode, I can, but in more difficult modes, it could be a struggle. How do we pronounce gyre the right way? Gyre. Like gyroscope. Gyre. Oh, I didn't roll through that. Let me roll now. Rolling guard for the win. I've got a little bit used to just tanking those fires with other Warframes. Can't do that here. Hello, Hamburger. How you doing? Let me just grab the thingamajig here. Might as well grab this as well. Roll away. Ow. Got him. I'm holding on to this. I think Malika's going to be up here. Yep, there she is.
It was there you go. A little
Yoink.
progress each day.
Enjoy job. Issue is she only works well in environments where she can get many kills. Yeah. She's one of those where as you fall off, you begin to really fall off. You don't have time to sit back for defenses. You need to kind of push forwards. That kind of feel to it. And I'd say, because it's crowd control focus, where you're unable to apply that, you're screwed. You find yourself really screwed. Yeah, at this level it works amazingly. Like, gyro at this level almost feels overpowered. Look at this. At this level she feels just frankly unfair. Oh, we got the magnetic beams again. Let me just try and run around so they don't hit me. Very nice accolades of close to Malika. I mean, it's by design. So that you don't have to go hunting all over the map. You get basically a notification that one or the other is nearby. So if you come across the chime of the accolade, that tells you Malika is nearby. And if you come across Malika first, that tells you the accolade is nearby. So unlike the pixel hunt that you get with some Carl mission objectives, not only do you have an indicator when you are close to make it easier to discover what you are looking for. Have I missed an angel? Did I do the angel? No, I've not done the angel, have I? Oh, sorry, I can't be bothered. So yeah, not only do you get an indication as to where the bits you're looking for are, through minimap and through the audio signal, but also one points to the other. And then once you've learned the spots they can spawn, you can tactically go about going through the mission.
You are a blade. You exist to strike. You strike to win.
There we are. Lower the gyre run through on the normal mode. So much you can do, at least on that level. I don't know how well this is going to work on Steel Path, but solid. We can give it a try. Australia is saying, hey, Kenton, just hit Steel Path. What would be a good all-rounder Warframe for mostly solo play? I prefer gunplay more than relying on skill damage. Oh, in which case then, Australians, you can go for either Rhino, Nezha, or Revenant will be your initial picks there. Because they have some serious tank to them, it means you can focus more on dealing with the mission. With Rhino, you've got the damage buff of Raw, a very obvious way to further improve your ability to deal with enemies, especially because it has the double dip effect on slash procs, heat procs, that kind of thing. So you can absolutely tear through. I'm sorry, what is... Basically, I'll have a look at whatever that paragraph is later, if I feel like it. So you can absolutely tear through enemies with enhanced damage procs that way. With Nezha, you've got damage enhancement through the Blazing Chakram. You've got ways to improve that, but you've got a huge amount of crowd control on 4th ability, on top of having your Warding Halo, which is incredible defense as well. It's not 100% like Rhino, but it's still a very strong defense. And then you get to Revenant. Revenant has Mesmer Skin, the best tank in the game. It is just the strongest. With Revenant, the downside is he doesn't have a damage buff directly. You can use Thralls and Thrall Reeve combination, but if you want to focus on guns, he's not got as much that way. You can use the helmet system to give him something else to support that. Main thing is though is that he's got the best tank in the game. So take your pick. Do you want a direct damage buff? Do you want a supporting damage buff but also crowd control? Or do you want to have just the best tank in the game? Those three will be my picks for starter players to get into Steel Path. Those would be them. What do I suggest as a helmet for Revenant then? It depends on what weapon you're using. Raw is just an all-round good one if you're going for status approach. You can use Eclipse for a pure damage approach. You can look to using, for example, Nourish if you want to spread out Viral and put more Viral onto your weapons. It's more a case of what hole in your build you need to fill. What needs to be buffed up, or what makes your build truly sing. That is the answer. I doubt you'll ever find that answer being Decoy, but you may find that answer being Breach Surge, you may find that answer being in Raw and Eclipse, it may even be in using Smite with the Smite Infusion Ornament, because then you can have a corrosive and radiation build, which allows you to have the bonus damage against both Ferrite Armor and Alloy Armor simultaneously. Look at what you're working with and make a decision based on that. There are loads of different ways to go about it. Raw is a standard, but you don't have to do that. Now, my default Revenant actually used is Zarta's Whisper, but that's because of the combination of using it with the Incarnate guns. I hope that clears it up there for you. Alright then, let's just have a look at this person I timed out very quickly. Let's see if I want to ban them or not. Yeah, as I thought, this is a person that just needs to be told, fuck off, don't come back. That's fine with me. Awesome. It's been a while since I banned someone on the stream here, so that's fine with me. Right then, let's go into the next mission. So I'm going to try this again with the same build on Jai here. This time it's on Steel Path. Let's see how I can manage on that one. I'm going to definitely give myself some energy support to further help out, because it could well need it. Activate this now. Use the procs there to help get these initial kills. Crowd control is king with that. Now, feel safe enough to spend the time to activate that. And start to really dial this up to 11. I did definitely set this Steel Path, didn't I? Yeah, the damage I've taken. Yeah, this is Steel Path. Oop, back out of that. Thank you very much. Crowd control all the guys who are controllable. And so far we're handling. Took a bit of damage, but so far handling. I don't think I have adaptation on this setup, so I do have to be careful. My hit points are quite weak. I'm going to skip the Angel just for momentum purposes. Jaya needs momentum. If I do the Angel, I will lose my momentum. And that will make me vulnerable. Gather up the enemies. Get outside of that leech field. Trying not to get mag procced. So far, so good. I'll be honest, with all the damage numbers, it is a bit harder to see where I'm aiming. But if I didn't have the damage numbers on, it would also make it harder to play the game. Kind of a catch-22 on that one. Why is the intro on my newest video different? Fly to text. When you say different, you mean the bit where I say, I'm the man with a cup of tea and a wrench? Is that what you mean? Because if so, it means you didn't actually listen to the intro of the video, and that slightly disappoints me. I was too busy thinking about that, and now didn't pay attention to the fact that I'm dying. Shit. The problem of trying to use a high intensity frame while streaming. This is another reason I use low intensity frames. I can't even kill this guy. I'm just going to accept my fate. I'm just going to accept my fate. Yes, correct. Okay, cool. Flight of text, you didn't actually pay attention to the video, so let me remind you how the video starts. It is the first day of the 4th month, and this time I've made it a bit daft. That should tell you everything you need to know. about why the video is different to all the other ones you have watched. Alright, Jaya, get on your feet. Let's deal with the fact that now we've lost all momentum. And, of course, he cast that on me. Right, it's double Xmas. Come on. The ability's going to time out before I can even use it. Ow. Oh, come on. 3 seconds. There we are. Gain a couple seconds. Please be enough. Why is there yet another Xmas unit? I haven't got my stacks up yet because I died to last X. I'm dead already. Like I said, Jaya, when the momentum's gone, is screwed. I don't have armor strip because Zeneric, so kill me. The tagline for the April Fool's video wouldn't have included the word problem because that's a not a monosyllabic word. It was, I'm the guy with a cup of tea and a wrench. Let's solve a down-to-earth mess. Why do I try to kill with Operator? Because when your frame goes down, use the Anairu's wave-bound ability, which can bring your frame back if the enemies are weak enough. But it doesn't work on Steel Path unless you're using an armor strip, because the enemies just tank. So it only works if you're using Anairu, already armor strip them, or if there's enough weak enemies going around like the Infested. If you don't have that, you're just screwed. Do not pass go, do not collect £200. Stop! Isn't me or are there more Xmas in this section than normal? It feels like there's more Xmas in this section. I just cannot get my momentum going. Also, my Sentinel just killed that Xmas unit, so I couldn't get the credit as Operator. Where? Underneath the bridge! No, we got another Overguard one. Jaya, I'm sorry. This is why I don't play you. You suck if you lose momentum, and a million things with Overguard spawn. Because now I don't have the energy to keep myself alive. I'm going to try... He's not even fucking dying. Because I've lost all the sacks on my gun. There's no other enemies around for it to chain off of. My third ability is about to time out and go on to a forced cooldown. Stupid mechanic. Yep, it's on cooldown now. Excellent. Midori can't do it. Contamination and Void Strike. Midori will struggle against really armored enemies. It'll struggle. Because, yeah, it's a massive amplification of the damage, but you're still dealing with Steel Path level of thousands of armor. Zeneric here, no chance. It's got energy and crowd control. That doesn't get your frame back up. Do Roar and Zarta's Whisper work together? In what way? Yes, they both buff damage, so incomplete question. Would it be worth running Zarta's Whisper on Rhino with an Incarnate Gun? Yes, because the reason you use Zarta's Whisper is not because of the plus damage, but because of the double dip on the Incarnate Gun evolution perk. Alright, I've come off a cooldown on my third ability, so I'm allowed to play my frame once again. So let's get back to actually playing the mission. And hopefully there'll be enough non-Xmas units for a moment that I can actually charge up the stacks on my guns and charge up the timer on my... okay, there's no touching it. I wish the Lich wouldn't spawn because they mess with missions. I wish I could just tell them not to spawn without having to delete them. D+, still. We're getting to that point again where I'm finding more reasons to complain than enjoy the mission, because this is why I don't play Jaya. And now we have an Acolyte spawning. And I failed to roll through the heat, so now I die. Because I was on cooldown. Cosmo, you're asking so they stack with each other. I don't know what you think the word stack means or how that sentence helps people to understand your question. It doesn't work, Cosmo. Let me make this very, very clear. This is coming up for you? Yeah, okay. These things stack. Okay? I'm just going to let the mission exist in the background for a bit. Bonus 1 plus bonus 2 equals more than 1 or 2. That's a stack. Bonus 1 multiplies with bonus 2 for more than 1 or 2. That's a stack. If bonus 1... if bonus 1 is just ignoring B2 but still after it, to somehow otherwise give more than 1 or 2 alone, stacks. Here's what doesn't stack. B1 and B2 together still only gives one or the other. So the question, does it stack, is kind of pointless, because you're basically asking, if I activate Roar and Zarta's Whisper at the same time, will one of those abilities just not activate? Is this mission lost? It's not lost. It's just damn frustrating to continue at this point, quite frankly. Do you understand what I'm saying, Cosmo? Asking if they stack isn't the question that most people ask when it comes to these abilities, because it's a silly question. Of course they stack. They're two different buffs entirely. How they stack can differ depending on the situation you're in, but the main thing, can you use both? If you have access to both, can you get the benefits of both? Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't you? What possible reason would you not have that? I hope that's clear. I'm probably a little bit snarky, but there we are. Where's the thing that's shutting me down? There it is. Thanks, Arson Xmas. I appreciate your existence. Oh, wait, that's a lie. Okay. No, I hear you throwing that at me. Don't throw it at me. Okay. Let's wait for the energy so I can cast both my abilities at once and go in. Of course, one with Overguard appears first. She is resistant to most things I can do. Don't throw your spear at me. No, ooh, okay, I just about dodged that one. That was very no. Please, with the Xmas units, just kindly fucking not. This mission has so many Xmas units. Jaya struggles to exist. Is that violence? No, another Xmas unit. And I just got nullified. And slash procced. Oh! Hey, Cafe Filter. I hope you are happy. If you are not happy, please subscribe. If you are happy, please subscribe. If you do neither of these, well, whatever. I can't stop you. I'll just be disappointed. Seriously, what is with the number of Xmas units? Oh, I got mag procced. I'm fucked now. Still have another 27 enemies to kill with this. Oh, this one's not going to count against the third, is it? Nope, third is about to go on cooldown. Okay, not allowed to use my abilities again. Thank you. Really good design. Why is there a cooldown on a third ability? I still don't understand that. Why is there a cooldown on a third ability if it goes wrong? Okay, we'll just wait for that to time out again. Might as well get some extra energy whilst I'm waiting. Might as well pop this. Why would they give the ability a cooldown? I honestly have no idea. May have to add vitality for Steel Path. It wouldn't have made that much of a difference. I get where you're coming from, but in this case, it wouldn't have made that much of a difference. She's supposed to tank pretty much through crowd control, and then it seems like 1/3 of all enemies spawning, like this Fecker right here, is crowd control immune. And the problem is it's a death spiral. As soon as things go a little bit wrong, they go completely wrong. You lose your stacks, you lose your abilities, you lose your momentum. It gets from bad to worse quickly. Again, 2 more Xmas units. What the hell is this? I'm going to switch to full Glade Prime, because Glade Prime is overpowered. If you have to use the Glade Prime over even the Amprex, the frame's bad. And another Xmas unit. Another 2 Xmas units. Did I accidentally load up an Xmas Stronghold? Oh. I took a hit. Not actually sure where I took the hit from, but I took it. Oh, that guy. That'll do it. My abilities have run out again. I just noticed they did not successfully maintain, despite the kills I was getting there. Nope, 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 nope. I see that coming. Oh, I just maintained the 3rd ability there. Do I have enough damage to keep it up? On to 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Mag proc. I was trying to kill in time. Did not get it. Ability's now on cooldown. Again, lack of momentum. And more Xmas units. If a frame requires a helmet ability to work, I don't like it. They could be better with a helmet ability, sure, but if they require it, no. Not good enough.
Keep hitting them hard enough, and eventually they get it.
There we are. Got through the mission. We had the revives for it. Yeah, Jai's not good. She could be good, but she isn't.
Fought well. Good deaths, all.
She could be good, but she isn't. She's enough for normal mode, but as soon as everything crowd control spawns, or nullifying spawns, or a combination thereof, yeah. Let's look at this. Equipment, abilities. So this one I can use to just deal some damage, a little bit of electric damage against full armor. Not really going to do anything. Maybe we could consider it just not good for armored enemies. Just like how Hildren is actually a poor choice for use against the infested, even with augments. Against the Grineer, she's just pretty much not a good pick. But this one is just, it's putting out some electric procs. Cool, that's great. Everything is putting out electric procs, so that's not actually really that useful. This one, the group up ability, excellent. Except for the bit where the enemies don't get grouped up. This, gain a burst of increased critical chance and energy regen. With each kill extending the duration. That would be cool and all, except for the cooldown of 60 seconds. Which is a problem. That cooldown needs to go. It is bad enough that you have to spend the energy and the time recasting. Why there is a cooldown, I don't know. And yeah, 60 second cooldown, but it's from the time that you cast it. So if you manage to keep the ability going for 60 seconds, then there is no cooldown. If you keep the ability going for 30 seconds, then there is a 30-second cooldown. But for some reason, they gave it such a short initial duration, and a cooldown, and a 75 energy cast cost, that if you don't get a kill on that first one, like if you are put into that shit situation, you got knocked down. Usually if you get knocked down by a strong enemy. So when you revive yourself, you have got this strong enemy to face, and all the other weak ones have already been killed by you. Excellent. You either skip out on the crit damage and energy regen, or you gamble on having the extra damage, but now you might not actually kill it in time. Great, now you don't get the continuation on it. It's a poor design. I don't like it. Take out the cooldown, it's workable. With the cooldown, not workable, as far as I'm concerned. Then Road to Swell. Roads as well both feel strong and weak at the same time, and I'm having trouble placing it properly. Because it seems to do a lot, but it also seems to not do a lot, and it's kind of hard to really place that. Without any way to really track the damage it's doing, because that's all technically that it's doing is damage. A little bit of crowd control through electric blocks, but we got that here and on your weapon as well. So it mostly comes down to this one. Just dealing damage. Is it doing enough damage? I don't know. I don't have a damage readout. I don't know if the enemies are dying to my Amprex or much of my general critical hits more, or if this is really getting loads of kills. We don't have that information. So it's one of those you have to just feel for it. I'd have to test it with and without, and frankly, with how frustrating it is trying to play around the rest of a kit whilst every second enemy that spawns is an Xmas unit. She struggles. She struggles. So yeah, unless you put on some kind of defense strip against a Grineer, I'd say Jai's just not for it. Against tough Grineer, against Grineer where your weapons take a moment to kill them, she's not the place. Against the Corpus, where they don't have that armor, against the Infested, where they love to just swarm and therefore group up for electric blocks, go for it. Grineer, as people have said, a few people have said, pillage. Because pillage is a strong ability. And so, Cafe Filter, there is your Jaya request. If other people want to see Jaya in future, I'll refer them to this stream. Right, I think that is about time we step out of the Zero Man, step out of all the negatives, and start talking about the positives of how someone is about to have themselves a Platinum Prize. I would usually at this point give people opportunity to grab themselves a ticket, but you know what? If you're new to the stream and you didn't even check what was in the title of the stream, that's on you. If you're not new to the stream and you forgot to grab a ticket, that is also on you. So I'm going to close the entries now. Just like that. Everyone who grabbed a ticket has grabbed a ticket. Everyone who did not grab a ticket, too late. Such as Tully Hunt here. Tully Hunt, you'll just have to tune in on the next stream on Wednesday for a chance to win yourself some platinum. Too late on the draw there. Too late on the draw. Alright then, that means out of those of you who did enter throughout the last 3 hours of the stream, you've been able to enter. How many tickets were claimed? 75 of them today. 75 tickets claimed today. Only one person's going to be a winner. That person today is... how do I read that one? Atto the what? Oh, A to the J to the B. Right, okay. I'm going to assume that you probably capitalized that and just the bot doesn't capitalize it for some reason. A to the J to the B. I don't know why the bot takes out capitalization. So if your name is capitalized, blame the bot. If your name isn't capitalized, I blame you. A to the J to the B. Cool. The username, interesting. All the same, congratulations, you are the winner of the Platinum Raffle today. So I'll be contacting you here on Twitch in a few minutes. You get a hold of your Warframe username platform, we'll get that sent on over to you. Everyone else, thank you very much for joining in today on the stream. I know we have had a bit of some down moments, but hey, some discussions need to take a little bit more of a approach to it. Not everything's all shiny and sunny. But I hope you can have yourselves a shiny and sunny week going forwards into the first half of the week approaching. I'll be streaming again on Wednesday with more Warframe. In the meantime, we need to be raiding on over to another part of the Warframe community now. Osmo, cheers. Who are we going to raid on over to today? Let's have a look. Behind the details here. Okay, well, the follow list is not doing a load. Let's have a look elsewhere then. Twitch, give me deets. Who is good to raid today? Who in the Warframe category do we want to say hello to? Think everyone should raid on over to bed? Oh, everyone is at bedtime, Cosmo. You know, we got plenty of people watching here from North and South America, so we don't have to force everyone to go to bed. Let's see. I don't actually recognise most of these names at the top here. Ah, there we go. Zion's Acer, I recognise that name. That is a name I'm happy to recognise. There we are. Alright, we are heading on over to Zion Zeta. You know what? Let's have a raid message for this as well. We are the Raiders. Did you sleep enough last night? No. We are the Raiders. We demand sleep. There we are. That's fitting. That's confusing enough. That's confusing enough for what we've had on the stream today. We are the Raiders. We demand sleep. Let's head over with that raid message. Confuse the heck out of them. Thank you very much for joining in. I'll catch you guys on Wednesday.